All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning, and hopefully you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I am tired. It's the end of a long week. It's been a very, very busy week here, not only in the markets, but just overall. And last night was no exception. 4 a.m., my carbon monoxide detector decides to start beeping.
That's not good.
So what do I do as a responsible homeowner to make sure I protect my wife and myself when carbon monoxide detector goes off? I can't figure out how to turn it off, so I take it and I put it in one of the unused kids' bedrooms and put a bunch of pillows on it so I can't hear the damn thing. Open a couple of windows and go back to sleep. I took the battery out; it still beeped. Anyways,
it's got like some internal battery that keeps going off. I've done that.
Yeah. Now, this morning when I did my research, I am honestly not sure whether I should still be annoyed or impressed. So I figured I open the windows, and if I still die, I die. I'm tired.
If it was your time to go, it was your time to go. You're gonna take it like a man.
So. Look, if the kids were in the house, I probably would have done something differently. But being that it was just my wife and I risked our lives on it all. Anyways, as I learned, it was only beeping twice. 4 times is the warning beep. Twice just means it's at end of life. So what is super impressive to me, Carlos, is that my CO carbon monoxide detector was telling me there was an end of life. It's unfortunate that it decided to do it at 4 a.m. But 10 years ago, I wrote on it, because it has a little replace by. It said replace by February 2025. So it was able to beep within 18 hours, or I guess 36 hours of the target expiry date of its lifespan. And I wrote that 10 years ago on that thing. I don't know whether to be
that's pretty impressive.
That's
impressive. Yeah.
I'm still annoyed it decided to do it at 4 a.m., but still, that was pretty. Anyways, so all right. So there you go. There was my warning. But we got more market stuff to talk about. There's still lots happening. Earnings, more earnings, economic data. I mean, it's all happening day after day. Remember last week when everything was boring? Yeah, not this week. Not this week. All right, so let's look at the economic calendar. A couple of things on the slate for this morning. We'll start with the PCE numbers. The expectation here on a month over month was about a 0.2% increase. Guess what? 0.2%. Year over year, by the way, was 2.8 expectation. 2.8 was what actually happened. So we are right on target with that. The employment cost index. This is how much it costs employers to, have employees, like what's the relative cost to them. And the expected was a 0.9% increase, and it was 0.9%. So the numbers were right on target. And if I look at the markets overall, they could care less.
They don't care.
No volume, absolutely no movement. There's nothing going on. So the market doesn't care about those numbers.
Not at all.
We do have 2 Fed speakers. Bowman and Goolsbee are both speaking. One at 8:30, so already started, presumably. The other one at 9. Look, unless they go crazy off script, there's not expected to be any market impact from them. So those shouldn't be a big deal. One thing I didn't write down there, because it's usually a minor impact, is the personal spending, personal income and personal spending. The only thing that was not directly on target was personal spending. So this is U.S.-based personal spending increased by 0.7% when the expectation was a 0.5% increase. So you Americans are spending more than anticipated. So good job. Way to keep the economy spinning. Congratulations to everybody that's, spent a little bit more last month. Later on this morning, we do have the Chicago Purchasing Managers Index, the PMI, that's supposed to come out. Again, don't expect much of a market impact. But it is 15 minutes after the open, so just be aware that that's coming out. But it'll probably get lost in all the open shenanigans and the usual open volume. So that's what I've got to tell you about on the economic calendar today, Carlos.
All right, excellent. Let's take a quick look, guys, at our gappers. And now, by the way, I will pass on the message to my wife about spending, so let her know she's doing a great job. Let's take a look here at our gappers list this morning. Very, very light. Again, besides some of the stuff that's gapping up, like the market doing pretty good, about to end the week here on a high note, so that's nice. Pretty light stuff. Apple is obviously on earnings, leading the way here, and we got two more tickers, and that's it. Talk about feeling like a Friday this morning. So again, not bad after a very busy week. And like you said, that information from the core PCEs is not doing a whole lot. The good stuff was early today on all the Max 7 earnings, plus the meeting with Powell, which everything pretty much stayed the same, right? The Fed rate announcement, which was basically no change. So yeah, maybe we can get back to some good trading with this, with all this heavy stuff out of the way. Maybe the market can start giving us back some really non-choppy days now that all that uncertainty is out of the way this week at least, right? So we'll see. All right, let's take a look at what we have on our gappers. So we're going to start with the big guy here, Apple. What an interesting, we did this live yesterday. If you guys were around on YouTube, we're doing that live earnings on for the big ones, not everyone, but for a few we'll be live. So make sure you subscribe so you can catch us when we go live there. Didn't do anything. It was very choppy after the release. It was up and down. It was like just flat. The action didn't come until later on. We're not on for this, but look at that, Peter. Huge drop, and then you got the incredible pop into the highs here, and we've been holding those highs ever since then. So what's going on with earnings? Obviously mixed, but they're looking positive right now.
Yeah, the earnings were not, I guess, not that fantastic. This is in relation to the conference call and the investors call that they always have, which is why it started to move. So Tim Cook leading that conversation. So let's start with the earnings. They actually did beat their numbers in the quarter. A little bit of a surprise beat. That they were slightly better in revenue. Everybody was talking about their iPhone sales being down, and that was going to have a drag on their earnings. And their sales were down overall. Well, they were down 11% in the Chinese market, down 1% globally, which means there actually was an increase to make up for the Chinese shortfall in some other markets. Tim Cook was actually saying that iPhone 16 sales were actually a lot better anywhere that the Apple Intelligence features were available. Now, this is my take on it. I think that's a little bit of spin because the Apple Intelligence is only available in English. And they've said that this is their AI bot, right? That gets built into the new phones. I think it just sold better in English markets, and it just happened to have the Apple Intelligence. I mean, maybe it was because of Apple Intelligence, but I'm skeptical. I don't think people are buying phones to get access to their own AI personal assistant. But that's maybe just me being old. Put up where's my old man? Put up my old man thing. Anyways, that's me. Anyways, I love watching Apple's earnings. Apple's earnings are always interesting. They always put an interesting spin on things. As we know, we were talking about them last night. How like they've been late to the party on AI a little bit, and now they're spinning it to say, well, it's a benefit to them because they're going to be able to take advantage of the fact that there's maybe cheaper AI solutions that they can incorporate into their mix as they continue to develop out those service offerings. What was interesting is that services is exactly where Apple did extremely well. Their service revenue was up a surprising amount. And that's what sort of saved them in the quarter. That overall, they saw almost a 14% growth in services, and the services, by the way, make up about 21% of their overall revenue. It's always amazing to me how much revenue they make on things. Like, do you know that in this last quarter, in iPad tablets, does anybody buy a tablet anymore? I mean, now that look at the size of my phone. I mean, I've got like a giant phone. I mean, why do I need a tablet? It's half a tablet right here. Anyways, but they sold $8 billion worth of tablets in the last quarter, and they sold $9 billion of Macs. So that's just in those two, items alone. So, but anyways, iPhone sales obviously make up the majority of their revenue. About 55% of the revenue comes from iPhone sales, and they sold about $69 billion worth of those. But anyways, it always surprises me how much of these products they sell. So, yeah, for kids, yeah, I guess still, yeah, you put. I do see kids with those See, my kids were too old by the time those tablets came out with the big like foam rubber cases around them that make them like 8 times the size, so that at least if they drop them down the stairs, they'll survive. But anyways, so Apple's numbers overall, a good surprise, as you said. They're gapping up, leading the list this morning, up about 4% this morning on 3.7 million shares volume. So look, they're in play. Apple's got to be the top of our list for in-play stocks this morning because of those earnings.
Yeah, absolutely. Will be on my list today. They're leading the way for sure. So Apple, I'll update my banner in the bottom in just a second here. Let's take a look at the next one, BKR. Nothing much going on here. We are up 3.1, 1.6 million shares traded. But if you look at this pre-market activity, it's just non-existent. This stock doesn't get great volume. I don't think it's going to be a great trader for today. So I'm not going to have it on my list. This is yesterday's action. This is typically what one of their better days looks like. So for me and the way I trade, this one won't make the list. So Peter, anything putting this on our scope today?
I mean, this is a company who a lot of people probably know the name. It's Baker Hughes. Baker Hughes is a heavy equipment manufacturer, largely for the oil and gas sector. They had their earnings. The only reason they're here, we don't even normally see them during earnings, Carlos. I don't know that I've ever seen them on our list before. But anyways, they had earnings. They had a good fourth quarter. They cited robust demand for their natural gas equipment and services, which really boosted their numbers. So yeah, I'm not going to spend any time watching it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, nothing to see there. Let's take a look at Wolf coming up on our list again. Again, I don't know how tradable this thing is going to be. Oh, hold on, let me get the right ticker in here. Wolf, here we go on the 1 minute. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, looks ugly. Also, lower price stock, which I'm not a big fan of here, under $5. Yeah, not really in play. There's nothing to see here. Peter, not sure if you had anything to add, but it really doesn't look like there's anything to look forward to on this one.
No, I don't like it. So, and I don't see any news.
Yep. All right, that is pure garbage there. All right, friends, that's it, Peter. As far as the gappers list, that is all we have. So a very light morning, as you can see here. As far as you and gapping up and also gapping down, do you like anything that's gapping up or down that's not on this list today?
Well, I've got a couple that I need to let everybody know about here. Just going through my list, seeing what's gapping up. So let's start with some of the earnings, because there were other earnings last night. So let's talk about those. Start with Intel. Intel had some earnings after hours. Another one of the ones we were watching. One of the three that we were keeping an eye on. And they had some good numbers. Good numbers in the quarter. Weak guidance for the next quarter. I think they're being very cautious, especially being that they do have an empty slot. So if anybody's looking for a job, they are looking for a new CEO. And frankly, their conference call and the investor call was really focused on what are you doing about that? When are you going to find a new CEO to fill that spot? So yeah, the job's open if anybody's interested. It looks like they could use some help. So there's some challenges, but I'm sure the pay packet will make up for it. So it'll be fine. Go apply. Other than that, Intel, by the way, not always a great trader. I mean, this morning we're seeing good volume. I mean, a lot more volume than normal. Not 4.8 million shares. It's up about 1%. Oddly, I still don't like the price action. It doesn't look pretty. Just looking in at a 5 minute or even a 1 minute chart, it's looking ugly this morning. So I may just put it up here for interest's sake, but once again, probably won't trade it. I'll revert back to my favorite semi stocks if I want to trade that sector. Visa was another one with earnings after the close yesterday. They didn't get any volume after hours. They're not getting any volume now. They did get a little bit of a pop and a drop right after earnings came out. You can see on that 5 minute chart, as you would expect with credit card companies, they always beat their numbers, pretty much always. It's very, very rare that they will not have a good quarter. Once again, they have a good quarter, as we were talking about during our live broadcast yesterday for earnings. Like they've got sort of the perfect storm of profitability, right? They charge you for using the card. They charge you interest after you've bought the card. They charge the vendors for even having a machine to be able to charge the card, and then they charge the vendors a percentage every time they actually swipe one. So they get it on all sides. Like, how can you lose with that model? It's amazing. So, anyways, Visa, as you can see, they've been on a run for the last couple of weeks, and it looks like they're continuing that, sitting at what I think are all-time highs up here. So, but yeah, it's cautiously traded stock. So beware if you're looking to trade it. Typically, it only gets about 5 million shares a day, so not huge volume. All right. Other than that, we have a couple of earnings from this morning that we can talk about. ExxonMobil, top of that list. By the way, I'm going to go into some that typically don't get a lot of volume, but ExxonMobil, XOM is their ticker symbol, had earnings just earlier this morning. I just like to watch these sectors through some of these companies to see what they're doing. Mixed picture, I'll say largely on target. They were slightly under in revenue, slightly over in earnings. No big story. I mean, oil and gas prices have been a little bit all over the place in the last quarter, so that has caused some challenges for them in terms of managing their profitability expectations. But Exxon doesn't typically trade with a lot of volume. And it looks like the others I was going to mention to you are gapping down. So maybe I'll handle those, Carlos, when we get there.
Yeah, we could go right to it, man, because there's nothing gapping down. So nothing for me to see here and read out to you guys over at tradingterminal.com. Very, very light list this morning. So yeah, let's just go through it. So yeah.
Okay, gapping down then this morning. We have Chevron, CVX, also reported this morning. Another oil and gas company. Interesting, it was an inverse mixed picture for them. ExxonMobil beat revenue and missed earnings. Chevron beat revenue and missed earnings. Anyways, it's the opposite. If I didn't say that right, I'm not sure what I just said. So
it sounded good. It sounded good. I don't know if we
whatever.
understood it, but it sounded great, man. Go for it.
All right. Okay. Appreciate that. So anyways, again, another one that doesn't typically get a lot of volume, but it shows basically they're all around their numbers, and there's nothing exceptional here that's going to move this segment that typically doesn't trade very well. The only other stock, there are a bunch of earnings today. The only other one I usually keep an eye on is Colgate Palmolive, CL is the ticker symbol on that. Just to see, this is a bellwether sector that, people are always buying toothpaste. So, see how they're doing. They've actually been in a downturn since about the last quarter of last year. September is when the stock started moving down, and really hasn't relented all that much. And it looks like they're down again this morning, about 3%. Their earnings, once again, mixed picture. They slightly missed on revenue, slightly beat on earnings, but really nothing significant. Looking at the reporting on it, there was no like headline stories that really were extremely interesting that I think would likely move this. So yeah, Carlos, it is fairly quiet on the earnings. So I mean, we deserve this, maybe a quieter Friday after this week that we've had, because I mean, it has been earnings after earnings, almost too many. A gluttony of options of things to pick. So today maybe we can calm down, focus in on a couple of stocks, pick your favorites, and we can be a little more strategic than we have been for the rest of this week.
Yeah, definitely some slim pickings here, so we'll see what we can get out of it. Also, when the volume comes in, we'll take a look at what's moving. All right, so you guys throwing out Nvidia. Let's get to you guys. We have plenty of time to see what you guys like, so start putting those tickers together. I do see Nvidia's popping up here this morning. Did you guys hear the DeepSeek situation? So now there's rumors that the U.S. not rumors, but the U.S. is investigating DeepSeek over possible use of banned chips in China. So that's being thrown out there. So we'll see what comes out of this, man. And it's funny because someone sent me a link of their CEO talking, and he mentioned he couldn't say. They asked him what chips he was using on live TV, and he's like, I can't say what chips we're using for whatever reason. I'm like, that's it's kind of suspect. You're gonna get some attention for that comment there. So we'll see. But Nvidia's popping here, Peter. Do we have any news on Nvidia that might be causing this? I'm checking here. I don't see anything.
No, some of what you're saying probably it's just this has been the headline news all week, of course, right? With the shaking up the AI world with the news on DeepSeek. Like I was saying last night, the tech sector, I think, is in the matter of like 4 or 5 days, has gone through all 5 stages of grief, from denial to anger to bargaining to depression, all the way through to acceptance, where the news out of the CEOs and some of the analysts in the tech sector are saying, yeah, this will be good for the industry. It's, I mean, again, when Zuckerberg was up on stage talking about his earnings, he was saying, yeah, that's a natural part of the evolution of the market and it's good for everybody. So, they're putting a positive spin on it, but, moved through that cycle more quickly. I think, like you just reported, Carlos, maybe the government's still a little farther behind, which would make sense. They're still in anger phase and they're trying to figure out where the problems are and beat holes in it. Which hey, look, they're probably right. I mean, imagine the DeepSeek model is probably using some technology. I mean, it was absolutely, at least based on all we know, built on the cheap out of China, which means they were probably using locally available technology and supported by the government, as a lot of these initiatives are. So it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. Is it nefarious? Are they actually doing anything untoward? That no idea, right? But look, taking opportunities to protect the American economy, I suppose that's the role of the government, right? So off they go. But anyways, for this morning, yeah, Nvidia continues. It's regular type movement. Good volume this morning, higher volume than normal, but it's been that way all week. It did pop up here a couple of minutes ago, but we're talking about a $2 move, which on Nvidia is pretty modest. So, but it did get itself green, so that's good. Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
looks good for trading at the open, but I don't see any specific or particular news that's moving it this morning. I think it's this headline news on AI is going to continue to move Nvidia all over the place.
Yep, absolutely. I see some of you guys commenting also that Nvidia CEO is meeting with Trump, and that could be causing some of the bump. When is that meeting happening? So that'd be
Yeah.
good to know. It depends. What really matters for that meeting is what kind of leather jacket he shows up in. If he shows up in a leather jacket that's very, very shiny, all-time highs in Nvidia, we're going to 150 something. I'll tell you right now. So we'll have to wait and see. But nevertheless, guys, I do like Nvidia. Will be on my list. We have Apple as well. Again, we might just make up the list of usual suspects today, just because how light things are. So, all right, let's see. Let's go over here and see what you guys like this morning. Looking at our chat right now, BKR RBH17 is 6224. So you sound like a robot username. Yeah, we looked at this morning. It just doesn't look good, man. I know it's gapping up
Yeah.
3.7, it hitting our scanners, but for the way we trade, I have no chance, no hopes that it's going to trade well. So I'm gonna keep it off my list. I'd rather watch nothing or one of the Magnificent Seven, like Meta. I don't see nobody mentioning Meta yet, but Meta has been purely on fire. Difficult to trade. Did you guys see the market open on that thing yesterday? It was all over the place. Like, you just couldn't get into it. Actually settled down a little bit, but it was bouncing back and forth between a couple of dollars, very aggressive. So we need to come down a little bit today. What else? Let's see if we have here.
So
Yeah, Peter.
Tesla had an interesting day yesterday. Only in that it's just sold off so heavy right at the open, and then made a recovery over the next 2 hours or so. Now it's moving sideways just below 400. Really hasn't done much this morning, so I don't know what to expect out of it. It could end up being a very, very boring day as it just hangs out around this $400 mark. Yesterday, it went from about 385 all the way up to like 407, and it looked like it was going to make a run for 420, but it round 407 it just sort of faltered out and couldn't get any higher. So Tesla's got a slightly bigger range that it's set for itself over the last few days. I always like the look of it. I just keep an eye on it because you just never know which day Tesla's going to move. There's no news on it today that'll drive it necessarily, but again, like, you never know. So one of the things I'll keep an eye on. I see people
Yeah.
mentioning a couple other tickers here.
Yeah, I see Nvidia
Yeah.
being mentioned. We did look at that one.
Yeah.
WBA. WBA is this is Walgreens Boots. Again, they're down to 12%. Oh, it should have been on our gappers list unless the ATR is really small. We had a question, by the way, about the ATR and why is it
Yeah, it is.
different in certain news sources. For example, like Trading Terminal could be different than DAS. DAS could be different than Finviz. That number is usually hops around between vendors and where you get the information, right? So it could be a difference in calculation on what they're considering, what they're not considering, in that what period they're considering as well. But for the most part, it should be very close. It shouldn't be that off. But you could check a couple of sources, and especially if you see something that's really out of whack, like really low, and it looks like it should be higher. You can question it and kind of look around a little bit and take the middle number, take the average. It doesn't really matter. It shouldn't be
Yeah.
that different. All right.
I
So
see
yeah,
I
yeah.
see the ATR at only about 71 cents here, which, yeah, that would put it below our normal threshold. So, but there is news on it. So thank you to whomever pointed that out. Apparently, they stopped they're issuing their dividends. So they've been issuing dividends for 90 years, and for the first time that they've cut that dividend. So that's pretty big news, and makes sense why they are gapping down this morning. Yeah, this is probably going to be in play. Actually, it's already down 12%, and it's almost twice its ATR at a $1.37 move off of yesterday's close. So, I mean, I suppose it could very well have more room to go. Pre-market action looks okay, but not awesome, to be honest. 2.8 million shares traded so far. Yeah, I might watch it just because our list is fairly light. I might keep an eye on this just
Okay.
to see what it's
Awesome,
doing.
man. Glad you're watching. If you see something, say something. I won't put it on my list. I have bad luck with this stock, man. It's just at the market open, it could be so choppy. But today could be their day. They're gapping down pretty nice today. Here's Deckers Outdoor, and again, they're down 15%. Someone mentioned this in chat. You're not getting great volume. Pre-market activity. You are seeing some movement here. On a day like today, where we don't have a lot of stocks to watch, you can put this on your list. Again, the volume is so light on the daily. I don't expect this to get a whole lot of movement. But if they are going to do something great, it's going to be today. They obviously have some news. You're not down 14% just because you woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. Something's going on with this one, Peter. I think this stock is just not going to trade all that well. So I'm personally gonna leave it alone. All right, let's.
Wow. So interesting story on deck. They actually had earnings. They had a good quarter. They had record earnings in the quarter and raised their guidance. But it seems like the maybe the CEO made a little bit of a faux pas there, as there were some comments that they were saying that their inventory has grown a little faster than they expected, which means while they had record sales, they maybe overproduced and got too much sitting in inventory, and that their sales comparisons, like compared to their competitors, they've actually lost market share. So, yeah, you might want to have kept that to yourself when you're sitting on a record quarter, and then you raise your guidance. So, yeah, it doesn't feel like that's how you normally want to run a press conference. So, yeah, look, like you said, Carlos, though, probably not going to be that great. If I look at the average daily volume, we're sitting under 2 million shares, around 1.7, sorry, million shares a day. And even with this news, while it's down 14%, the pre-market is sitting at 350,000. So yeah, light trading on deck.
Yeah, don't like that one. Oh, we got a birthday in the house. It's Hannah's
Birthday.
birthday, and she's going away to Cancun tomorrow for her 50th birthday. Happy birthday to you guys! And if you're in Cancun and you see Hannah wearing a BBT shirt, having some fun by the pool, say hello and say happy
Oh,
birthday to her. So enjoy yourself. Have a
yeah.
great trip. That's awesome.
Have a great birthday, Hannah. Yes, if anybody sees her on the beach, buy her a drink. She deserves one for her birthday. So
And a couple of
congratulations.
shots. Absolutely. Absolutely.
There
In
you go.
Cancun, you got to do shots. You can't just do drinks. The shots got to be
Is,
bottoms up.
is that a rule? I didn't know that.
I think so. I've been there once. I think that's part of it.
Well,
All
and
right.
if you're doing shots, it has to be tequila or mezcal, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
It could be rough,
Yeah.
man.
Tequila could be very rough.
Yeah,
All right,
it could be
friends.
rough.
That is what we have. Quick look at our gappers. Let's see if anything else has popped up over here. Let's take a look here at our trading terminals gappers list. Just still these three only right now. I'm going to refresh just in case here. But that is all we have. You can get access to this list at tradingterminal.com, completely free to you. Plus other tools are on there as well. All right, friends. As far as let's take off some from YouTube. Intel, we did look at. I don't like Intel. I think it trades pretty bad as far as day trading. It used to trade well when it was diving here, when it was doing this dive. We had a lot of fun. This was great. We had great trading here. But now it's going back and forth, not so much. And again, I think there's just better things to look at. But if you do have space today, because the list looks pretty empty, you could definitely add it to your secondary list maybe. But again, I don't like it. OKLO this morning, they had a great move yesterday. I actually do like this one for a secondary play today. Look at this move they had here. If you look at the intraday action, it was very clean. Got going early, got a little bit messy during the middle of the day, and then went for another beautiful leg up here as well. So I'm gonna add this one for a second day play here. Let's see where it goes. Let's see if we get that type of action again on OKLO. Which, Peter, you told me how this is pronounced. Oklo.
Oklo, apparently. Yeah.
Oklo. Okay, so for Oklo this morning. We got one more minute here. Let's take two more. Amazon. Let's see what's going on there. Amazon this morning, pretty. It's got some volume, up almost 1%. Pre-market action is not doing a whole lot. Amazon, and also good one to watch. And today, when we don't have many stuff to look at, I will throw this on my secondary list just to keep an eye on it. So far this morning, I do have Nvidia, Apple, Tesla, Oklo, and Amazon on the secondary list as well. Let's take a look at, actually we got a little bit more time. SMCI, we haven't looked at this one in some time. SMCI this morning, pretty flat right now. Light volume though, only 971,000. Typically they're doing a little bit more in the pre-market. And you could tell on the daily, there's just not a whole lot happening right now. So unless this thing starts cranking and moving higher, I don't see this in play right at the moment. So one last one here is a UPS. We'll look at UPS. This actually could be interesting because just given the dive they took yesterday, Peter, this is a pretty massive drop. And the big news was, again, Amazon removing about 50% of their package. I think they lost their contract or something, or Amazon wants to take more control of their deliveries. But yeah, big drop for them, and they're seeing a little bit of recovery now. So yeah, this could be interesting for a second day play if we got an overreaction, right? If this is an overreaction, which stocks and investors sometimes, or weak hands tends to do, we might see a little bit of some action here towards the upside. So we'll see what UPS does. I'll have it on my secondary. Could be lots of fun. All right, friends, we're going to stop here. Let's head over to our community events. And go ahead, Peter.
Oh, just Jay was asking what the daily daily volume we use on the gapper list. I don't think, Carlos, I don't think we have a filter for the daily volume, but the volume to date, like in the morning, has to be at least 200,000 shares, or it won't make it
Right,
on
the
our
value
list.
from the start of the day today, right? Right, correct. It's
Right.
200,000, so that has to be traded so far this morning. Yeah. So
I
yeah.
have to admit, I'm getting a little FOMO just to go back to Hannah here and her 50th birthday because, anyways, I hope she has a lot of fun. But the other people were talking about their 50th birthday plans. I still feel ripped off because my 50th birthday happened right in the middle of COVID in November of
Mm.
2020, and
Oh yeah,
we had
yeah.
plans. We had big plans. We were going to Monaco. We were going to
Mm.
Monte Carlo, man. It was going to be a big black tie event, and we were going to, be big rollers in the casinos. And then, of course, all of that had to be canceled, and then life moved
Yeah.
on, and we never made it. Still haven't been to Monte Carlo. So, anyways, have fun. Have some fun for me, in fact, because I did nothing on my 50th. I sat and watched the world shut down.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, community
All right,
events
let's
announcements. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Let's go back to that. So we'll talk about what we're doing for next week. Next week, we've got another full slate of activities starting on Monday with our Monday 2 sessions that we've got always. One is the DAS Trader Pro information session, helps you set up and configure DAS, get the most out of that. That's at noon in the onboarding room, which means all members of all member classes can join there. So no matter how you've joined, you can get on to that onboarding session at noon. And then, of course, the big onboarding session happens in the evening for new members to help you understand how you can get the most out of your membership with Bearable Traders. So Carlos leads that. That's at 8 p.m. once again in our onboarding room. So hopefully you will join him there. Tuesday's webinar is on strategy, and we're talking options for the second week in a row. So we had options this week. Next week, we're going to continue with the options. This time, Jared's going to be talking about debit verticals and how you can use them for directional option trades. Once again, that's at 8 o'clock. This time, it's for our elite members only. That's in the webinar room. And the next week, Thor is going to be talking to you about how he works his R3 to S3 traverse trade. This is one of his strategies that's built into his trade book. He'll talk to you about how he's built it, what it means, and how you could trade it yourself, or at least understand it. Maybe you can incorporate some of those concepts into your own trading. That is on February the 11th at 8 p.m. Wednesday is when we talk psychology, our so-called Wisdom Wednesdays. Next week, Dr. Kenneth Reed's going to be with us talking about how you can win over the long term. His session will be, once again, 8 o'clock in the webinar room. Hopefully you'll join him for that, or at least put it on your calendar. And then we've got a duo taking over on February the 12th, once again at 8 p.m. Wesley and Lenny are going to talk about how you can master emotional intelligence. So that should be a good session coming to you on February the 12th. On Wednesdays this week, Nathan wasn't feeling well. Nathan, if you're out there, hopefully you're feeling better, buddy. He should be back next week with his book map session scheduled at noon on Wednesdays. So we look forward to that. By the way, hoping Nathan is feeling better, he should be on air at 2 o'clock. He's agreed to take over that's 2 to 3 o'clock slot on Fridays. So you should be able to hear from him at that time. And then Thursday, we always have our mentorship. We had a great sessions yesterday, starting with John at 11 a.m. Then we go to options with Jared and Megan at 2 p.m. At 4 o'clock, Lenny and Pierre take over and do their mentorship session. Of course, Thor does his very popular Thursday mentorship session. I jumped in there last night, did a little AI imitation of Thor as he was having some microphone troubles, but he got it all working, got the session going, and had a great hour with our people. Matt K, I see your comment. Yeah, I know I can go when it's not my 50th birthday, but you know how life moves on, man. And there's so many places in the world to go to. I just haven't got back to that type of trip yet. I'll be in France in May, but I guess I could dip over. It's not that far away, but we're unlikely to make it there. So, anyways, at some point, we'll go there. I'm not in a rush. Again, lots of places in the world to go to. All right, guys, so that's what we got coming up on our economic calendar. Make sure you mark those down so you can take advantage of it. If you want to be a member at Bearable Traders, we'd love to have you. The trade room runs every hour the markets are open, and even after hours, right? As we've been doing recently, especially with earnings, right? We stick around and sometimes trade the earnings. Otherwise, we just watch them. But we're here for you, and it's a great community to be part of. So hopefully you'll check it out at bearabletraders.com. By the way, I had a picture I wanted to show you guys today because I was very excited. Over the Christmas holidays, we have a minute, right, Carlos?
Yeah, we do.
Over the Christmas holidays, we went and did a bunch of. Oh no, and it's not going to show up. Here it is. Can I actually put this on the screen? It's not going to show properly. But we did this thing called tufting, which is where you go and you actually make. It's not a dirty thing. You make carpets. You make like little decorative rugs, and this sticker is not going to show up well. But I went and made one with the family, and we finally just got them, and it was very exciting. Very excited. I wanted to show you guys, but I don't have it in person here. It's going to have to wait till next week. But you're going to be able to guess which one is mine compared to the ones my family's put up. Let's see. I could do something really remedial here, and see if I can show you the picture here. Let's see if this works here. Can you see the picture on my phone? Here's the 4 that my family that we made. Hold on, try and get it. So, can you guess which one's mine?
Very nice.
Anyway, there you go. We got the Bear Bull. We got the Bear Bull logo. I made it into a rug, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna put that. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have it here in the room somewhere. Maybe I'll put it up on the wall behind me, so it'll always be there. When I need a big fuzzy hug, I can go hug my Bear Bull logo. Check it off of these beautiful coins that we made. This community is so great, man. We got these coins that we've got, and took that logo right off of there and made a rug out of it. Anyways, pretty cool stuff you could do out there. Anyways, So I'm looking forward to getting that in person. Guys, we love to always have a little bit of fun in this community, as you may notice. So it's not just all about serious trading. It's about helping each other through the tough times and the good times. So hopefully you'll seriously consider joining us. If you're just watching on YouTube, that's great. But it's lonely out there. You certainly don't get the same level of interaction that you do when you're in the chat room and can actively talk back and forth with people, and of course have our moderators here with you sort of all trading day. So yeah, really consider joining us. All right. And Zen Trader, yes, that's a John coin. Very, very proud of my John coin. I keep it right here. I make sure that
right here as well.
Available.
Yo,
there you go.
Got
see?
one. And my serial number is pretty cool. I got a really cool serial number. I don't know what yours is. Mine is 007, man. How nice is that?
You're 007.
That's right, baby. That's right.
I'm number 4.
Number 4 is good too. Not 007, but it's number 4 is okay.
I beat you in ranking, but yeah, it's not the cool number.
Yeah, agreed. All right, cool. Friends.
All right.
Guys, again, consider joining. Lots of fun. Also, don't forget about our TEDx event coming up at end of March. More information on our website where you can check us out and you can come hang out with us. And I'm so happy Eamon is coming. First time a lot of us are going to meet Eamon. I think only Andrew has met him, so looking forward to that. All right.
Yes, very much.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, friends, I did some changes here to my list. So I have an Nvidia, right? I have Nvidia, I have Apple, I have Tesla, I have Oklo. On the secondary list, Amazon, UPS, and I added Google as well because Google right now is, someone mentioned this in chat, I forgot about it. It's nearing all-time highs, or at least I think actually it is all-time highs, at least in this morning, a few minutes ago. So that could be interesting. Right now, pre-market volume looks really light. And again, out of all the Magnificent Seven, Google is between Google and sometimes Meta, or Microsoft. Between those three, they're the hardest to trade at times, right? They don't move that well. They don't get great volume. But Google, I think, out of all of them, if I had to pick one, Google's the one is tough to trade for some reason for me with the price action. But I'll keep them on a secondary. Again, their chart looks amazing here on the daily. And if they're looking to break out, this can be a lot of fun. So I'll add that on there. So thanks to whoever mentioned that over in our YouTube chat. All right, let's do some levels, friends. We'll start with Nvidia. Let's start here. Nvidia over the last couple of days, you've seen a very wide range, all the way from 128 down to 116ish, we'll call it. Again, just really back and forth, back and forth. Today we had some good activity in the morning. You see a nice action here, trying to get above the previous day close. Did already, but slamming back down here. Let's get some levels in place. Towards the bottom, the low of the pre-market this morning is going to be set over at 122.35. So we'll slam a level there. And once you do that, you take a look at the bigger picture here on the daily, and you're pretty much surrounded by all the recent levels since we had this gap down. So all these levels here got you covered. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days are doing just a great job. The only the other level I'm missing is the top of this range of the last couple of days, which is going to be at 128.49. Just to mark that day there. We'll put that on there, and that's all you really have to do. Nvidia looking really nice. High of the pre-market also is basically slamming into yesterday's high and the previous day close here. So again, no need to add an extra level here just to get that couple of pennies difference from these levels. Just keep it nice and simple, nice and clean. So there it is, Nvidia looking really nice this morning. Tons of volume, by the way, 12 million right now. Taking a look here at Apple, the low of the pre-market today, we are looking at 244.28. Not a whole lot of action right out of the gates when the earnings were released, but looks like after a conference call, the investors like what they heard and they're popping up pretty nice here. 248.25 is the high of the pre-market, and if we look towards the bottom here, we do have the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days doing a great job towards the bottom there. They did miss a level. Well, not miss it, but they're not capturing this one here at 242.45. So 242.45, we'll slam one there because if you look closely here, that is an area of a lot of support and resistance right over here in December, early December. So you want to have that down there as well. All right, above the pre-market high, which again, look where the pre-market high is. I love this levels. Look at all this, the resistance, all the support. I mean, it's just a lot of flirting going on with this level. So you want to have it down there. It's important. I am going to mark down 250.72 up here, plus 252.95 as well towards the top. So 2 really great levels off the daily. But this high of the pre-market, this 248 that you're seeing there, that has a lot of touches, a lot of resistance. So every time we get here, there's a nice party going on. Let's see if that continues today, or if we're able to break out of that level on the pre-market high. Let's look at Tesla. So Tesla this morning, we're just kind of wrapping ourselves around the previous day close in the last couple of hours, as you can see here. But now kind of breaking off a little bit. So new pre-market low just set a few minutes ago. That's going to be down at 397.57. So we'll slam one there, and then towards the top, the high of the pre-market tested twice this morning, very early on, and then a little bit later here, as you can see, 402.94. So again, that's what you have there. And once you look at the bigger picture here on Tesla, you do have you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, and again, just kind of stuck within this range. I'm going to get a level towards the top and the bottom in case you do break out of this range, 419.95, and then towards the bottom, you got a slight level at 377.52, but you can see where the low of yesterday is and the low of the last 2 trading days, actually right to the penny. We'll call this a 384.74. Right on there, you can see the support coming in pretty nice, and we got that bounce. So let's see, Tesla could be interesting. Very light volume, only 1 million shares, compared to what they do on a regular basis. But obviously, when the bell rings, the volume will come in. This daily on Oklo is very interesting. I mean, just look at 24 all the way to 42. Back to 30, all the way to 42 again. I mean, it's like they're trying to do a pattern here. I don't know what's going on, but a great day yesterday. Today, volume is not that great as we saw yesterday, but that can change here. 43.71 is the high of the pre-market. And then, I'm sorry, nope, it's actually a little bit lower. 43.58. We'll bring that down just a bit here, 43.58. And then the low of the pre-market at 41.40. And once you do that, you're doing pretty good here. Highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, previous day close. We will mark down on the daily here this 39.54. I think it's worth noting there. You got a couple of days slamming into that. And then once you do that, you're pretty much set on this one. Is this all-time highs? Looks to be. I'm just going to go to weekly here. It is. Look at the monthly on this thing. So that is all-time highs. And, man, they have had a heck of a 2024 and into 2025 here. So pretty impressive pops there. All right, friends, that is what we have. Let's take you to what our team is watching this morning. We'd love to see what they have because it is a very light day. So looking forward to seeing what our team is doing here.
Indeed. Let's take you through what they've got. As always, Sean's got his market access and summary in there, so you can check that out. Thor is going to be watching Google, Nvidia, Tesla, and of course the market indices overall. Mike is going to be watching Nvidia, Apple, and keeping an eye on the scanners. As always, Avi is watching the Magnificent 7 and AMD, so his Magnificent 8. Lenny is going to be watching Apple, Nvidia, Tesla, ABBV, not one we've talked about here, and then WBA. Jared's going to be watching Apple and Team. Is that a ticker? Team? Let's see here.
Oh yeah, it is. Someone mentioned this. Forgot to look at that. Yeah, Team.
Okay.
Up 20%.
Yeah. AMD, Nvidia, and Intel. I'm going to be watching Apple, Tesla, and Nvidia. My secondary is AMD, Walgreens Boots, WBA, and I'll be watching Meta as well. Brian is going to be watching Apple, Nvidia, Tesla, and the scanners. Phil is going to be watching Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, and Amazon. Andrew, in with his list, watching Apple, Tesla, and Nvidia, so sticking to some of the big boys. Paris is going to be watching Apple, Nvidia, Tesla, which he loves, Amazon, and WBA. And of course, Brendan is going to be watching Nvidia, Apple, Tesla, and Meta. So there you go. There's our moderator list for this morning. We still got a couple of people to get their lists in, but I'm sure they will post them soon. So guys, whatever you pick, we want you to trade smart. You need to go into this weekend knowing that you traded maturely to your strategies. You don't want to go in with regret. Carlos reminds this every week, and it's important. So trade smart, people, whatever you choose to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Fridays are so key. You don't want to have a hangover over the weekend knowing that you messed up. So you got to get today right. And clear, when we say right, not green or forced green, just right in the process. Just get the process right going to the weekend, like Peter said. feeling really nice. As we wait for Andrew and Brian to hop on in here and take us to the live trading this morning, which again seems a little quiet, but I think it won't be. I think we'll get something out of the morning madness. Look at Team. Team is up 20%, Peter. We didn't talk about this one, probably because the volume was so light. And it's starting to pick up now, or pick up above 200,000. But again, I think this will be a tough trading ticker, man. I don't think it's going to be a great one as far as the market opens. So, Peter, what's the news though? Because it's a big gap up.
Yeah, Altasian, I think is how you say this. Anyways,
Yeah.
they had earnings. That's why they're here. They had a very good quarter, and gave a strong outlook for the next quarter. So that's good for them. And I mean, earnings per share were significantly higher than estimate. Analysts were only looking for 62 cents. They delivered at 96 cents. So that's like a 50+% beat.
Yeah.
Revenue was slightly higher, 1.29 billion versus 1.23. Yeah, I think it's really on the bottom line profitability that really this thing is jumping up. Higher price stock, like you said, on lower volume makes a little bit of a tough trade. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to be that much in play, but it's tough to tell at this point. Volume's, like you said, pretty low so far this morning.
Yeah, not a whole lot of stuff there. So again, given the way that day is today, you can have it on maybe your secondary if you like it. But numbers look great as far as the gap up, but I don't think we're going to get good action. We do have we got an appearance in our gap down list, AESI. So the only one to be gapping down that made our list today. Let's take a look here. Oh, this thing just wanted to roll the truck. Let's get the. Actually, no, we'll do something different. We'll roll the dumpster. Get the dumps out there for AESI.
Hey, Elon. How you doing?
Hot garbage. Yeah, we don't like that ticker.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, they had earnings a couple of days ago. I don't know. I mean, they issued a secondary offering this morning. Maybe that's why it's moving. Let's see, they issued 11.5 million shares at a price of $23. So it looks like they're just moving down towards that $23 mark.
Yeah. Don't like it. All right, excellent. Nvidia. Oh, Nvidia's back in the green. Very, very nice. Back in the green, Nvidia. I think Nvidia's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, it's not too volatile at the market open, and it gives us an opportunity to take a good advantage of it. It can be tough to trade. I mean, we had a couple of days where we struggled getting long on this one, and it was just messy. So hopefully that's not the case today. For those that don't know, their CEO is meeting with Trump today, so obviously some good stuff can come out of that, and we'll be looking forward to see what kind of headlines. Although he's not going to come out and say, oh yeah, I met with Trump and we're doing this and that and this is going to be great. You know, he's probably not going to give us all the details, but it could be good for him and his company. So looking forward to that. And then we have Apple. Again, Apple after earnings didn't do much right at the release, but their call did very well. And man, they're seeing the beautiful gap up of 4.1 this morning with some great volume. So we don't have a lot, but we have a few that look awesome. Good morning, Andrew. I see you getting set up there, ready to go. How are you, sir?
Good morning, sir. How are you? Yes, I am pretty good. How's everything with you guys?
Good.
Great. We didn't do any pink powders, so we're feeling great.
Well, you got to go there,
powder,
Peter.
no drugs. No, I am a very healthy person today, and last night was a
Awesome.
very good lesson. So
Good.
no pink powder. But I got
Good.
you. I got you, Peter. When you come to Vancouver, I have some pink powder for you.
You should
No.
have the pink powder next to the frog ready, and Peter's gonna be a happy camper. He'll be good to
Oh
go.
my
Pink
God.
powder, frog, any animal that you say, I got you.
Oh my
Mushroom.
God. Oh, all right.
You name it.
vegetation.
Nice little platter. Friends over on YouTube, stay tuned for live trading with Brian and Andrew. I'm gonna be back with Avia 11 to continue trading live and going to the market. So we'll see you guys then. Have a great trading open. We'll let Brian and Andrew take it away. Take care, guys.
Yep. Trade smart,
Thank you,
everyone.
Carlos. Thank you, sir. The proper pronunciation of that company is Atlassian, just for reference. So
What's the
PC,
company? Say what?
we're looking at this company called Team. They're up quite a bit this morning. Pretty low volume though.
Tempus AI.
I only know that. I only know that because I've heard advertisements for them.
Yeah.
So
So
there you
I
go.
think Meta is also interesting. I might actually put Meta on my watch too. Meta is also interesting.
I I think I'm wondering if we're going to get the same kind of price action on Apple today. We're going to get a pullback maybe, and then maybe a bit of a rip higher. But you traded was it Meta or Microsoft yesterday?
Meta.
I think you traded
Meta was,
Microsoft. Yeah, did the same thing, kind of pulled back and then moved higher.
yeah, definitely
So I'm
could be
kind of
interesting because, yeah, good.
yeah, I was just going to say I'm interested. Microsoft's kind of interesting too. It's kind of leaking off here. The Qs are kind of dropping below the VWAP or below the VWAP both on the SPY and the Qs right now. So
Tesla
PCE
again
data
in a
came out
while.
this morning, pretty much in line with expectations. There were some numbers that were a little hotter. Can I say little? But overall economy is still good. Oh, there goes Microsoft. See, there's kind of games that are being played before the market open. Popped right back up. So what's on your watch list here?
Me personally, I mean, Apple is the one that I really like. Potentially, if you can get a good opening range breakout on it toward 248, 248 looks like it's level around pre-market. So I'm looking for opening price action, and if I can get a good entry above the VWAP, I'm going to go long. And I posted my recap yesterday too, guys. So there was a lot of educational material on the recap if you want to see how we did the trade on Meta. So enjoy my AI generated pictures on my thumbnail as well. Uh,
Wait, I was gonna that those are AI generated, right, Andrew?
they are all AI
Damn,
generated.
they look good, man. I was wondering, like, man, is it him or they look really good? Okay, wow, AI is
Yeah,
scary, man.
Carlos,
AI is scary.
what you do is you upload a bunch of your pictures, and then it gets all sorts of things of your face, and then you can actually ask it to like make not super polished skin, like for example, because with Photoshop and stuff, people make really skinned polished skin and stuff, so you can do whatever. Yeah.
That's awesome. Nice.
So what AI program are you using?
I don't know. The Lee's using it. I actually don't know. Like, I'm one of these old guys who doesn't know technology anymore. Like, I have people around me to do this stuff.
Like, look at this one.
You know people.
This looks very much like you, man. Like that's
Which one?
AI generated there. This one right here. I got it up on the screen.
Yeah, they're all AI generated. So
That's
you
really good.
see the new thumbnail, the between me and you, Peter. This is
Yeah.
the middle one with the V-neck T-shirt. That's AI generated, and the other one is a real one. So,
Right. Right. Wow, it's pretty
so the
good,
good
man.
thing is, yeah, it's quite impressive. Like it's really, really quite impressive. So
Hmm.
really, like, who needs a headshot anymore? Who needs a professional headshot?
Exactly.
I think I'm gonna update my pictures. I'm gonna get AI to generate me some ads and
Take a few
feed
years
them.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Peter,
send me,
you
send me
can give.
everything that you want. Yeah, send me. Actually, I want to update the pictures of the people. Like, Carlos, your picture and the website is pretty old. Most of people need to update. So what we can do is you can actually send them to Lee a couple of your pictures. I asked Lee to do that, but she said I need permission from team. So you actually send a couple of pictures to her, and then she does that, and then we can have all different poses and everything. Um, Peter, you can have hair even. You can ask AI to give you
Yeah.
Peter with,
I was
you
gonna
know,
I was gonna say we can give Peter an afro.
I was going to go for the mullet, but sure, we can go with an afro. Either way, I'll take it.
Either way.
Yeah, no, in this
Maybe I'll
video,
switch with you. I'll go bald. All right, guys, we've got 1 minute to the open. Nvidia's kind of selling off. AMD really took a drop there. Again, you have to be very suspect of pre-market price action, especially on relatively low volume. AMD kind of looks, it's kind of looking interesting. Tesla's finding some strength here going into the open.
Tesla is going green. Yes, I can see. So
This could
Apple,
be,
for Apple, I might actually trade AAPU because it's 2 times leverage. So I remember that I had an AAPU. Now it's at 36.
and Nvidia is selling off. It's back down to the VWAP. I mean, this open could be a bit of a chop fest. All right, guys, get ready to rumble. Ding, ding, ding. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, Tesla is super strong right now. Let's see what Apple is doing. Apple sold off at the beginning, which is normal. Well, might again, guys,
Yeah,
keep an
Apple's
eye on
dropping.
AAPU. If Apple closes above the VWAP, blue line on my chart, roughly around 24,710, I might take a long for opening range breakup through AAPU. So it looks like it's going up. Waiting for a minute. Let's see what's going to happen. These are popping up. Let's see if Apple is coming or not. I have hope. Hitting a scanner. Tesla, what is Tesla? Tesla's super strong. Tesla is
That's what you
interesting.
win.
Yeah, Tesla is a string. Amazon is hitting the scanner too. Yeah, Amazon is quite nice. Again, I'm waiting for Apple to close this above the VWAP for long. I don't like to short it.
No, definitely not.
It's very strong. Yeah, Tesla was a very nice opening range breakout. What's the daily chart on Tesla look like? Kind of a intraday, but hey guys, remember you guys should be able to see my screen. Yeah, Tesla looks interesting. I kind of
Yeah,
missed the 1 minute opening range breakout
Hughes
of
are
Tesla.
talking.
So Apple is losing it. SPY's coming up. TQQQ might be a good trade.
Yeah, Hughes really broke out. I'm just worried a little bit about see if it goes anywhere or not.
PLTR is in the scanner. Wow, PLTR. Whoa, 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 PLTR. Look at that. Like I'm now looking forward for
Yeah,
a PLTR.
I got I'm long some Apple now.
Like some Apple.
So what's it gonna do here?
PLTR has some really nice
Do
volatility.
There's a big
Yeah, I'm
order
gonna
at
get some long on
248.
PLTR. Get some long on PLTR, guys. PLTR. I'm gonna get some long PLTR. See if you can get a 5 minute opening range breakup on it. 83 might have
Google's showing up on the scanner too.
PLTR on the daily chart. Oh shit, it broke out. Yeah. PLTR broke out.
Yeah,
Kind of
Google's
chased.
really looking good. Okay, I'm gonna have to get out of Apple. I'm out of Apple.
Yeah,
So
guys,
small
PLTR.
loss there.
This is a high breakout. It wants to go toward all-time high. Let's see. I had a very bad entry, but um, let's see if we can get a chance to get the breakout on it. Yeah, it's not great position in there because I'm kind of chasing it, but oh, kind of disappointed everybody. Might be also a long. Let's see what TSLL doing. TSLL. Yeah, I'm gonna get a long on Tesla through TSLL, 2688. Let's see if we're gonna go to 27 on Tesla, break of 5 today. TSLL, guys, long TSLL.
Yeah, I'm along Tesla with you as well. See if we get a bounce here off that pullback. Definitely supporting Apple at 245.
Still long
Here we
PLTR, guys.
go
I haven't
with
got it out yet.
Tesla.
Tesla. Yeah. Up and down there. Like I'm not kind of chasing everything today. See if Tesla can do another pop.
Tesla's back at my break even now. Apple's continuing to sell off here.
Apple, no love, huh?
No love.
I'm
Love
gonna
for
add a little
Apple
more on
yet.
PLTR at 8242 at the VWAP. Adding a little bit more long on PLTR at 8244. Tesla is also disappointing.
Q's kind of hit a top there. That's what I was concerned about. I thought this pop at the open was maybe something that was going to get sold into.
If Tesla or TSLL bounce back, PLTR is also the VWAP. It's a very nice pop on PLTR, but it's kind of dying. Oh, Tesla might go back up.
AMD is dropping.
That's stop loss on TSLL was okay. Now TSLL is going back up. It's very nice.
Yeah,
All right,
sticking with
so
it so
guys, yeah,
far.
I can get out of that freaking PLTR big break even. So let's see if Tesla breaks out towards 410. I want to hold. Yeah, I want to hold the TSLL. Let's see if we can actually go toward. Tesla might break out toward 410. R3 is at 40862. So again, TSLL is a shadow of Tesla. I'm looking at Tesla price action, looking at R3 40862. We might actually get there because this ABCD pattern formed nicely. PLTR is coming back up. I'm actually getting out my position on PLTR because I had a big size and I am actually not comfortable with holding it. I have a bigger size on Tesla. I have still a little bit of PLTR, but PLTR is not going back up. Damn, PLTR was scary. Like I took a big size with a very bad stop loss. So I'm getting out of my PLTR, guys. I have a small position on PLTR because it bounced back quickly. So I'm getting out of completely PLTR. I'd rather focus on Tesla because I have a much bigger size than TSLL. So I'm flat on PLTR. There I go. So Tesla is going out again. You know, I can put these two charts for those of you who can see me. Tesla and TSLL are pretty much shadowing each other. So Tesla is going
Yeah,
towards
nice. Here
408.62.
we go. Yeah,
Perfect.
here we go. Here we
So
go.
nice. Anyone in Tesla,
It's
guys?
looking
Through
good.
TSLL or options? You can also trade options on you know, today's Friday. You can,
Yeah,
any call option on Tesla, you can do that. Yeah. Nice,
yeah,
Eamon. Yeah.
yeah. Just if you're gonna, if you are gonna trade options, trade them very, very tight to the money is probably the best.
So very similar. The price action would be very similar. If you buy, for example, Tesla calls at a 405 or 410, it would be very similar.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
now this is very nice, guys. This is very nice. Okay, perfect. I think Tesla would hit 410. I'm just partialing some just to be on the safe side, but I think Tesla 99% hits 410. It's also a daily level on Tesla. So again, you can see it on my chart to the left, to the right. Yeah, Tesla looks like it's forming and engulfing. 412 might be a possibility. Um, oh yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Elon Musk. Thank you, Elon Musk. Yes, I'm completely out of PLTR. It was kind of a tricky thing because I added on the way down. I'll show you the chart later, or maybe I do the recap. But PLTR was actually super tricky because I had a big size 92. I had to add it a little bit on the way down. It could have ended up in disaster for me, so I got lucky. So when are we selling Tesla? So again, R3 was at 408.64. 410 is a round number. And again, on Tesla, if you're looking at, if you're having options or TSLL, so you have to look at the price action of Tesla because these are derivatives. So yesterday
here we go.
high on Tesla is 412.64. So it's very possible that we get there. And it doesn't
Yeah,
seem that market.
I'm in the 407. I'm in the 407.50 calls. They're going
Amazing.
to, oh, we almost got to $8 there. It's going to sell some at 675. Here we go.
Yeah, Tesla is hitting probably 412.51. This is the yesterday high. Again, look at the daily chart. I put them next to each other. You can see it actually, guys, on my chart. Beautiful.
Here you go.
So 20. So again, price action on
Just
TSLL is meaningless. It's a derivative. It's 2 times leverage of Tesla. So how Tesla works, TSLL
just
intraday works like
well,
that.
just sold some more at 705. These are the 407.50 calls.
Very nice, amazing, guys.
Okay, so we're getting to an area where we're probably going to have some resistance. This is right at yesterday's high. So I'd expect a pullback here.
Nice, Arya, nice. So see, Arya did actually a very nice 1 minute opening range breakup on TSLL and then added on the pullback. Very nice, Arya. You traded way
Here we
better
go.
than me.
Here's the pullback.
Eamon made 5 grand trading Tesla. Holy moly. Eamon has become a beast on options.
Eamon's become a beast.
I know. Eamon wasn't trading that big size. He switched to Eamon days were like a couple of $100, and now he's like 5 grand options of Tesla. No
A beast
tax
in
in
Russia.
Russia is equal of $50,000 profit in North America. It's absolutely criminal.
Ding, 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 ding.
PLTR,
In
yeah,
order
PLTR
here
broke
at
out.
412.
PLTR broke out, but it wasn't really worth for me. So you can look at the
Wow.
chart that I have on PLTR. So it was a very dangerous chart because I jumped in a little bit. I got a FOMO, jumped in a little bit too early. For those of you who can actually see my screen. So as you see, this is the first and then I added back. This is the averaging down on a losing position, which is not great. But my, the red line was the VWAP. If it loses the VWAP, I would have absolutely get out. And then as soon as it came back to, around the break even, I got out. And now it's going up, but this could have ended in disaster. These are the type of trade that usually blow up your account. I still added that, but I had this big line in my head that if it gets to the VWAP, I'm gonna, loses the VWAP, this is probably gonna go downhill. So I got lucky here, but now it's going up. But I had a very big size in PLTR too, so that was not cool at all. But now it's going very nicely.
Apple just never got any buyers.
Yeah, well, TSLL, not a bad idea to add a little bit more here because Tesla, I'm adding a little bit more on TSLL here, guys. Not a bad idea to, I think Tesla breaks out to 412. I added a little bit more guys onto TSLL. Let's see, get another scalp to
Yeah,
what.
here we go, 412. That was sitting there for that 412 level. Now we've got an
Perfect.
order at 415 is the next big order. But
Nice.
this is an area we're going to may have to do some work to get through. This is yesterday's high.
He can do it. We help him to get to it. We're with you, Tesla. Go.
I'm selling some more here, more calls at 750.
Spaghetti is going up too.
Rigetti.
Paris. What a short, Paris. What a short. Wow.
Is that a short on Apple?
Yeah, it's more like underwear. So beautiful. Such a beautiful short.
We have to get Paris on so we can do his I love you, Apple.
Wow, beautiful. ERTX is also what a week, really. VRTX is doing some stuff. Vertex Farms. Apple doesn't even give it a small pullback. It just keeps setting up.
I know. Jared seems to think we may be finding a buyer here.
Jared, what did you trade? Jared, did you take lunch with us, Tesla?
See, there was an order that showed up here right at 242. It came down and it was sitting here and then it got bigger. So they filled it. And so maybe we start moving back up. Still some more orders showing up here at 242 on Apple.
Yeah, PLTR is pretty nice, but I'm not trading it Samid anymore because I mean a really good entry for PLTR would have been near the VWAP, like my last entry. But I kind of, it's kind of extended right now for me to enter. Plus, it is on a daily level, so and there's a possibility that goes to all-time high of 84, 89. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get a extended entry. It looks like a little bit extended because the problem with these entries is in the pullback. You have to sit down on the pullback. For me, TSLL is good. I think Tesla has room to go higher, so I'm sitting on TSLL. My average is 27, really good average. So, I have a very big size. This is a really good profitable day for me. So, guys, we're doing it live in front of you in trades. And I look at these funded accounts and you're blowing up. I swear to God, if anyone has lost money today on Tesla, I would have do pink powder. I do pink powder to kill myself. How do you lose money on Tesla? We just did it live in front of you. Apple's add something. Moving average.
You got a bit of a buyer here on Apple finally. It's going to come up to the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart. Um, that could be an area where there will be some resistance. The Qs are breaking out. The SPY is on the verge of breaking out here.
Volod, my base currency is USD. I keep all of my money in USD. You can do it in Canadian too, but if you do it in Canadian and you trade these stocks intraday, you don't get charged. But if you hold anything overnight, you're actually starting paying interest. If you have a multi-currency, it's better to keep your money in USD for two reasons. The USD interest rates are higher than Canadian, so you actually do a carry trade in your bank
That's
account.
true.
So you get more interest on the holding USD from IB. Plus, if you hold anything overnight, then then um, then you have to pay USD interest rates on it. So essentially, for example, if my account is like 8.5 million, if it's in Canadian and I buy 8.5 million USD, so what happens is IB is giving me interest rate on the cash that I have on a Canadian, and then I become negative
Short Apple.
8.5 USD, and then I have to pay
I
interest
just
on the USD. So I lose money.
I shorted Apple right at the 9 moving average on the 2-minute chart, just like I said, just using options. So I covered just selling some of those now because I'm not confident we're going to go back to low day. We just may put in a higher low here.
Ryan is a man of his word. He says he's going to short Apple, and he's doing it, no matter what.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I need coffee.
So let's see if we put in a lower high here on this pop back up. I'm already out of half the position, so if I have to take I'll just break even on the rest if this continues to go back up and test the 9 EMA again. Yeah, I'm going to get out of the rest of it.
All right, I'm still long Tesla, guys, through TSLL.
Coffee break strategy. And then we have the P break strategy. Apple's still looking a little like it could drop again here. It could go either way now. That's why I'm out of it. Yeah, Tesla looks like it's getting ready to make another move higher here.
I think Tesla is gonna run up today all day. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to 920.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely amazing, guys.
Hmm.
Tesla is doing some funny stuff up there. Let's see what's gonna happen with it. SPY. Let's see what SPY doing. SPY is sitting at the VWAP, doing nothing. Hughes are slowly running up. IWM is dead. USD Canadian is 1.45, or richer than before. PLTR is breaking out nicely. Yeah, PLTR was nice.
Google's
What's Nvidia?
I'm long some Google from yesterday because it's breaking out here on a daily.
Wow, I'm high on Google. Wow.
It's looking really good. There go the Qs. Qs are breaking out.
Spice Q,
Yeah,
yeah, everything is breaking down.
PLTR is really extended.
ASTS is also very interesting. AST Space Mobile. We traded in the past before.
And see, Apple has not been able to get back above the 9 EMA, and we're still sort of sloping down here on that moving average. So Apple's still in a downtrend.
Right. So
But it is
Tesla, I'm
trying
still
to
long on
find
Tesla, guys.
some support.
I think Tesla has the potential to break out. It is breaking out now.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, Tesla is breaking out at daily level. I mean, honestly, I think we can do 420 today, Tesla. Favorite number of Elon Musk, 69 and 420. He said that himself. It wasn't me. He said that himself. Um,
Who said that, eh?
oh yeah, many times. Like, wasn't it that when he offered to buy Twitter, he add that
Oh yeah,
69 for
yeah.
fun at the end? Yeah.
No, he said I think he was mad because people were shorting Tesla. So he announced that the Saudis were gonna buy them, and the price, it was, his famous line was 420 secured.
Yeah, yeah, 420 secure. No, he makes a lot of jokes on these two numbers. He also made a joke that I think his birthday is 69 days from April 4th. So, sorry, April 20. So 69 days from 420. All right. So Sean, what did you do? Let's see what we're doing. Getty. Wow, that was a great trade on Tesla. PLTR also turned out to be super nice. For those of you who did trade that.
Yeah, PLTR did turn out nice. I see our buddy Cindy was trading it too.
Apple still weak, huh? Sean, game plan. Sean is sending his game plan. Let's see. Wow, very nice market summary by Sean. It's actually the first time I'm seeing it. Sean, really good, really good, really good. Nasdaq levels, excellent. Very nice. Perfect. Yeah, guys, Sean is a very good trader. He's been with us for a very long time. And actually, as a matter of fact, I haven't really got to follow his trades very often. Now I'm going to actually look at it more. Add zeros. We want to add some zeros to Sean account.
Yeah.
Nvidia is disgusting.
Mm.
This is the most disgusting chart pattern that I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, see, look at Apple still selling off here. Shit. Maybe I shouldn't have stopped out on the rest. Obviously.
Apple, with the way that it's going down, it might actually go to red.
Yeah, there's
Tesla,
yesterday's high is around 242, 241.
Yeah, Tesla looks like it wants to go up to a higher. I'm still long through TSLL. I think I don't see any sign of weakness on Tesla yet.
No,
So
still people banking on the robo-taxi.
the situation is pretty good.
Robo-taxi looking good.
All right,
Here
there
we
you go.
go.
Tesla is
It's breaking out.
Tesla.
Nvidia's back green.
Well, Tesla might go toward R4. R4 is at 416.34. So I think I'm gonna sell the rest of my position at R4. Yeah, the way PTR, man. Yeah, Tesla is breaking out on the daily chart, so it's pretty very nice. Yeah, PLTR once Sydney PLTR looks like an all-time high. Once all-time high. All-time high on it is at on the daily chart 84.89. I think most likely PLTR breaks out the all-time high. It looks super bullish. TSLL. Okay, there you go. We are going to
Here we go.
Tesla. Very close to R4.
Okay, I'm that's it. I'm out of options. Just sold the last one on
Yeah,
Tesla.
Brian is gonna go to 24.16. Don't chicken out.
Well, there's $10 on the 407.50s.
You got $10 on your option.
Yeah,
How much did you buy them?
550.
So you 100% return.
Pretty close. Yeah, Hughes breaking out here.
Absolutely amazing, guys. Absolutely amazing. I am just loving this week. I am gonna miss actually trading next week. And next week I'm gonna go to expedition, climbing a big mountain. Again, I'm gonna be offline for probably at least 4 or 5 days. I miss this so much. Like every morning when I wake up, I actually get excited to wake up. Even though I lost money a couple of days this week, but you gotta love trading. Gotta love finding these patterns and um, no, it's not about the money anymore for me. It's about just, doing what I love. I love to come and run the show and I love to trade and I love to do recap. I love it. If I don't like even I wake up like for a few days I wanted to just stay in the bed, but I couldn't. My brain at 6 is like, you got to do something. And watch this market SPY is gonna go all-time high. Isn't it just beauty? You want to watch all-time high. Look at this PNL on your account goes up. You get this wealth effect that I'm rich until we're not.
Until we're not.
Apple. Yeah, Apple looks like a double bottom now, huh?
Yeah, it looks like it's tried to hold that to sort of 242, 241 level.
Vladi,
There are
what
some
what
orders.
what is
Mm,
wow. This PLTR is going nice. I should have stayed in PLTR. See a bad entry, it messes up the whole trade. Like a bad entry on PLTR, it's just messed up my whole thing. Actually started liking TSLL. It's such a good product. It's such an amazing product. Look at the liquidity on it. It's really nice. Every 5 minutes, it's straight 2 million shares.
Well, if you've got a stock that's trending nicely, it's definitely a good stock to use.
Yeah, broke out. I know, but it was disgusting. Like in the first half an hour on Nvidia, it was like butcher shop. But now it's moving up. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, PLTR is definitely going to go break the all-time high. Again, getting in there right now is tricky, so it's very extended. Um, so Tesla, I'm out most of my TSLL position. I don't know what to do with it now. I don't see any sign of weakness. Market is strong. Tesla is making higher lows on 5-minute chart. So I don't really know where to get out completely. So I leave my TSLL. So you can see my TSLL position, guys. My average is 2702. So I don't know where to get out of it completely, but I guess this is going to
Well,
continue going
Nvidia is
higher
breaking
until
out.
5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes start making lower. So, and especially I have a very good average, so I can actually hold it maybe for the end of the day. What about YouTube guys? How did you guys did? Anyone traded Tesla with us? So for YouTube guys, again, we have a real-time simulator that you can trade on Trading Terminal for free. If you're not sure, what I recommend is that you guys don't um, uh, invest heavily a lot on the platforms or live trading accounts. So what we hope is, read the books and then come see our basic educations and watch us for a few weeks and just get the thought process of scalpers
Get
and
the
traders.
sense, yeah. Yeah.
Get a sense. The thought process is very important. Again, our channel is more about trading. So other channels are a lot of news, a lot of financial information, but our channel is more about you know um, decision making for entry and exiting and trade management. You see the losses, you see the gains, you see the happiness, you see the sadness, and then based on that, see if you want to trade or not. And then don't go buy a very expensive simulator. Go with a trading terminal simulator. It's very simple, very basic, but it does the job for you for trading at the open. It doesn't give you very complex indicators and stuff, and we did it on purpose because I don't want to overwhelm you with something like DAS. And then you see, oh no, this thing works. I mean, maybe I should give it a try. And then you can come and actually invest in a 3 month simulator at DAS, which is $400 for 3 months, and then from there you can actually see if you want to start a live account. So from the day that you decided to uh, try trading out to opening up your live account, it should be at least 6 months, at least. So 3 months of simulator, and then you see some different market environment. Right now we are in a um, earnings season, so in 2 weeks it might not have that much volatility anymore. So the earnings season is completely different from the other environments, and then there's political instability might come, political issues. I think that maybe the tax cut when it's coming might actually impact some of the evaluation and adjustment of the company. So you see different market conditions. So it's not always a party like that. And then you can
Yeah.
actually go through a funded account that we have. So $50,000 simulator, but you get money out of it. We had people to max out the profit on that recently. And then if you really think that you can do it, open up a live account. The last thing that you can do is opening up a live account and start trading, especially if you want to go into the leverage products or options. So PLTR at all-time high. Anyone long PLTR? Paris, very nice.
Yeah.
Paris tried to get breakout, very nice. Paris, you didn't trade Tesla? You missed the whole rally? You got to be kidding me.
That's what's great.
What happened between you and Tesla? Did you guys break up? Mike Petro, very nice on Rigetti trade. Yeah, Rigetti was nice. Carlos was saying that Rigetti is really nice.
Yeah, Rigetti. 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 So getting a bit of a pullback now on the SPY and the Qs. Probably get some buying here on this pullback. See what Tesla looks like on Bookmap. There's a big order at 420. It's also a decent size order at 418.
I'll turn around. Metal did the round trip move up and down. This is going back up toward all-time high, not the all-time high of the day, guys. So 420, I'm telling you, 420 is the number that we're going to get there. Again, I'm long
Yeah,
still
it is.
TSL, guys.
Yeah, I think 420 is still possible for sure. There's that bounce right off the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart on SPY and Qs. What did I tell you?
Sean, you know what you should do? Sean, you should create a course on trading SPX 0DTs. I think our education center need a 0DT course. And now that you're trading SPY options, SPX, and SPX has daily options, so it would have been a really nice, 3, 4, 5 hours, some of the trade recap, some of you, and make it as a module for how to trade 0DT options. So because I want to increase our education center, but not just random webinars, through directed modules. That would be really nice. And it doesn't need to be super complex, maybe a 1 or 2 paragraph, 1 or 2 slide, and then the screenshot of your trades that you go through your thought process. You already have the market analysis in the morning. So I think you could do it very, very easy. I think that would be super, super nice. Jeremy, wow, interactive brokers have now 7-digit account numbers, huh? Wow.
They're doing well. Must be.
Doing well, yeah. Like my account number is U1 and it's 6-digit. So I'm one of the early. Now they're U14. Like it's actually, sorry, 8-digit actually. Is it 8-digit? Yeah. Is it one? Yeah, it's 8-digit. So how many is mine? 7. Yeah, so 8 digits. Yeah, 7. You're doing well, huh? Interactive brokers. All right, Tesla 420. We need that. Any question, guys? Yeah, IBKR chart is ripping. I think they make also a lot of money, IBKR, from wow, IBKR earning, holy moly, 92 to 20. IBKR earning was so the IBKR is giving you the highest percentage of interest on your cash idle, and because they attract a lot of assets, they make a lot of money out of this money market interest rate difference. So yeah, it's super, super interesting. I started my IB in 2013. So you started in January 1999. Wow. Wow. Brian, when did you open your Interactive Brokers account?
Honestly, I can't remember. Probably around the same time you did.
No, I'm on a tier commission on Interactive Brokers. And I do get 1-to-6 leverage. They call it portfolio margin. Interactive Broker pays the highest interest rate for your idle cash. Yeah, Interactive Brokers is, I think, one of the best. So I'll put the link on there for you. Yeah, it gives you the best interest. It's the best broker, in my opinion, for our style of trading. Like again, for our style of trading, we are sophisticated traders. I mean, for some people, Robinhood is enough. For those of the they want to just buy meme coins and they just want to go all in and that kind of thing. So they really don't need, things. Um, but the sophisticated traders and investors, interactive brokers, and yes, there's a fee with that, but like the commission that I'm paying, I give it with love to them. Like, yeah, take it. You're giving me these amazing tools and fields and everything. Yeah, just take it. You go to a restaurant, you tip 20% for even if you don't like service. And my commission has always been like 3, 4, 5% of my profit. So sure, I give it with love. The only thing is that when you reach to a point like my accounts, you need to file high volume trader forms every 6 months. Uh, they call it large. What is it called? There's a form D something like large share size trader or something like that. So SMRT is their direct access routing, Catalin. So they are self-clearing brokers. Their routing is SMRT, but they do clear orders themselves. So they don't use a lot of other brokers. They are just middleman. They use like other clearing services like ClearStreet or Citadel or the one, but IB clear the orders themselves. And they've been working a lot on their, reporting and online. It's very safe, two-factor authentication. I don't know if you call them or not. Customer support also very nice, very fast. They close at 8 p.m. On the Eastern time, but during the day, you call them. You don't want to stay in the line. Chat is really good.
Yeah, they're pretty top-notch broker for sure.
The only thing that I think they were behind was TWS was their platform was very behind, and then they did a new version desktop. I haven't tried it yet, so they wanted to get something a little bit better than TWS because TWS is really very messy. I don't know if anyone used desktop or not. Yeah, it's not good. I didn't try it. They sent me an email, asked me to do a test and demo for them. I just forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, they sent me the same email.
Yeah, developing a technology is it's tricky, man. Like that's why I love the Astro platform is the robustness of the chart and level two, and there's so much, number processing. That level two, imagine in level two, every millisecond there's so many data is coming, and then the processing of this without any delay is just unbelievable. You definitely can't have this one on a web application. You have to download it. And I think this one is based on a C++ language, which is a very old language, but it's very, great. Like look at the time and cells, and I love it. Um, I think it's a great platform. Das it's quite niche to scalping, but I think it's amazing. Like I love it. Like there's no other level two better than this. Um, um,
See where things are going.
yeah,
Seem to have
TWS.
kind of found
Use it.
top
TWS
for
could be
now.
good for chart. All right, so 1018, I'm actually pretty good, very profitable for a day. I'm super profitable. I'm not going to make any other trade. Um, um, very, very amazing, guys. I had a pretty good day. Like, I'm super satisfied with my day. I still have 10,000 shares of TSLL, which is quite um, very big size. But I don't think I'm going to actually take a new position.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've had a good day too, so I don't really, unless I see something I really like, things could get start to get a little quiet here as we're into the into the sort of later part of the morning open.
Guys, so again, guys, I just want to uh, remind you guys, I'm super excited to see you guys in Vancouver. You know, I would be grateful if you come. Would like to have a really good time together. I guarantee you learn something and you enjoy your time. And yeah, I mean that would drives us more and more to have better things for you.
Yeah.
The event is at the end of March, so March 29 starts, and then March that's the first day of conference. March 30th, and then 31st is live trading, and then a lot of people are going back to Whistler for skiing after Avi and a bunch of people. I might join too, depending if I can. I might be pretty busy during those days. I can't commit now, so you can go skiing in the first week of April in Whistler. Um, so anyone interested, they can reach out to Avi. So that would be nice to ski as well. So make it a really nice. Vancouver is beautiful in that time of the year. All the cherry blossoms are out. Oh, that's the city that when you fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
And you can bring your spouse or partner as well. And if you want to bring them for the dinner, for the gala dinner on the March 29th in the evening, it's only $99 just for the dinner that we pay to the hotel. And again, every money that you pay for this ticket, I credit that for the future for you. So, it'll be free for you. The hotels are super cheap. 5-star hotel Paradox, we got a date rate. And if you book your flights now, it's also not very expensive. Yes, partners can come to Mansion as well. Mansion nightclub is mine. You don't even need to take a ticket. You can just walk in there. You can say, hey, I'm part of Andrew Aziz. In. Like, I bring my DJs. I have the whole club for ourselves. Other people can come from outside too. But everybody part of us, you can just say, hey, I'm part of BBT inside. It's a very nice nightclub. I did my 7th Summit party there. So the Vancouver meetup is a year. We'd like to have it a yearly thing. We did it in the multiple areas. We did it in San Diego. We did it in Florida, and we did it in New York City. And we realized that the best place for people to come is New York City because it's very central. People fly from Europe. It's a much shorter flight. But the problem is it's extremely
Easy to
expensive,
get
New
to.
York City. Yeah, but very, very expensive, New York City. Like, I mean, it's just the quality that we got there is just bleh. So Vancouver is the base of us. It's obviously it's more difficult to get in there, but and less exotic than New York City. But it's much cheaper to travel to. Like the hotels that you're getting, like again, $200 a 5-star hotel, you get very bad place in New York City in near Times Square, that area. So much cheaper. There's less hidden fees everywhere. You go in US, a lot of hidden fees in the resort fee and that fee and that fee. You don't have that, and it's much higher quality event. We can do it in Vancouver. So that's what we did last year. It was pretty successful, and we do it this year. And I plan to do it as long as I can have 200 people coming. But if it's not 200 people coming, we might not do it, or we might change it to a different format. Um, but yeah, it depends really on the support. And my goal is to add value. So I'll bring you from all over the place. So what's the value for you? So try to have high quality presentation, high quality speakers. I have a multiple paid speakers, so I pay them to come to speak. So um,
Yeah, I mean, the one we had last year was amazing. Had lots of great support. I think how many people did we have? Like 250?
yes, 250 was amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
I hope we can
great
actually have the same
speakers.
amount of people. Just say, I know a guy who knows a guy. What you need? I got you. All right. So yeah, that's the thing. And remember that, guys. I wanted to mention that. Yes, Spy. So essentially, so the cost of the TEDx is just one fee. So one fee to access for everything for 3 days. So and yes, you can use that credit toward the bootcamp. So PLTR wants to go back to all-time high. 84.89 is all-time high. Obviously, 85 is going to become a very interesting day. Apple is selling off now. So question was, is Apple a long?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't see much strength in Apple. Yeah, so let's see Tesla can do 420 or not. I'm still long TSLL, guys. I might Tesla, Tesla. I might actually take a break now. Does anyone can come on Paris? Do you want to come earlier with Brian? I might actually need to leave a little bit earlier today, and I'm not taking any other trade. I had a really profitable day. Anyone wants to jump onto the remix? Yeah, so Paris, you need to come up through Vmix so Carlos actually puts you on everything. Any questions from YouTube guys? So Doug, I'm going to Ojos del Saldo. It's the highest volcano in South America. It's 23,000, 24,000, 22,000 feet. So a SPY, ISAS, the question is, how do you see a SPY? So a SPY looks like it wants to go to all-time high. Yeah,
Yeah,
all-time high,
looks
almost.
definitely looks like it's getting ready to break out here.
I don't, unless there is any news coming out or something from politicians. It looks like it wants to stay strong today. I definitely don't want to short it, but I don't want to go long on it. All right, there you go. PLTRs break up all-time high. Congratulations to all the bulls on PLTR. There you go. PLTR is going to go for the break of 85. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of asks sitting at 85. It's going to pop up 20 cents from. Any question, guys? Not K2, but this summer I plan to climb G2, Gusher Broom 2, which is a mountain next to K2. It's a little bit easier. So that is the plan. Yes, that's the plan to go to Gusher Broom 2 because I don't want to die in K2. All right. Do you have
No, you don't
Paris,
want that.
Carlos?
Yeah, you can go because I'm gonna use your link and I don't want to kick you off. So you're good to go. I was gonna come right in.
Cheers, guys.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
I'll be back. I just need a half an hour break.
All right. Well, let's see here.
Brian, you in anything right
So,
now?
I can't hear anything. I can't hear
No, I
if
can hear you.
Paris is on. I can't hear him.
No, not yet. He's coming on. There he is. He's on now. Hey, Paris. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Can you see me?
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah.
Okay, what's up, guys? Babel traders. Man, I've been
Good
missing
morning.
trading in this amazing time. Hey, Brian, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Well, not that great, but good to be back trading. I was able to trade yesterday as well, and today some quite a good opportunities were able to capture that. Missed on Tesla though, but caught the Nvidia and the Apple. Nvidia alongside. I can share my screen if people in the chat room can see. You traded Tesla, right, Brian?
I traded Tesla. Yep. Had a great trade on Tesla.
So you guys should be able to see my screen, guys.
Wow. Nvidia's back at high of day here.
Yeah, Nvidia is back at the high of the day. And I am all out of Nvidia. I actually got out at 126.50. Now it's actually breaking all-time high again. Not all-time high, the high of the day. I traded
Yeah.
Apple.
Spy is breaking out.
Man, wow. So Tesla, I did not touch Tesla at all, and that was a miss of the day. Uh, I traded Apple, so Apple is now, man, it's at 240.79. I shot it at
Okay.
248, caught until 242, but now it's still lower, 240.80.
I know this is crazy. I'm surprised how much Apple sold off.
Yeah, and there is a
Despite
reason
cutting.
why it sold off, guys, and I want to talk about it. If you can see my screen, first of all, Apple did a bounce. This is a bounce from 220. It was sold off really hard, bounced to like very quickly from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now it's gapping up. So seven in a matter of 7 days, or just for in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In a matter of 5 days, it popped from 223 to 248, 250, which is close to 15, 10, 12 to 13%. And in a matter of 5 days, which is big, first of all, there are two reasons to it why it sold off. First of all, it sold off to the downside, then very quickly it bounced. And irrespective, it was a very good news. Today was the day of sell. It has to be a day of sell. There are two reasons for it. First, people who were stuck in all the longs here, they would be at a break even point and they would be thinking, okay, let me get out of it. That's one reason. Second thing is, technically it is extended on the long side. Technically it is the from a price action standpoint, a drop from 260 to 220 and then back to 250 is where, from in a very short period of time, that means the buyers are exhausted and they have to start selling. So there were the only thing that I was thinking about today, irrespective, and plus the iPhone and the Apple, the future outlook doesn't look good. It's they showcase good earnings, but they're again slowing down on China. They're slowing down on the iPhones until unless new things are coming up. The a bigger picture fundamental is also a sell, not a buy. Technical, I think the major thing is the technical standpoint, where you would want to see from a technical standpoint how is the stock looking on a daily chart, on a short term time frame, or a bigger picture time frame. And if that feels too extended, irrespective of the good news or irrespective some amazing news that would come out on a stock, it would still sell. And that's why I was very short biased on Apple at the open, then long biased. And I did not anticipate it's going to sell off like that very quickly. Like now it's at 240. I was thinking it would drop and then come back and give me a chance to add and then add but short. And that's the nature of the stock, that sometimes they're very aggressive and you don't know until you see it. So sometimes the stock is very aggressive, sometimes it's not. And today Apple was very aggressive on the selling side, and now it's actually filling the gap of now this 240 is the area that is going to fill the gap. That's it. So uh, so it is and very very strong opportunity on Apple. Nvidia is making all again 127 right now.
Yeah.
And that's why you need to add a context to the trading. You have to, just because it is gapped up doesn't give you, because the if you look at the meat of the move, or if you look at uh, the expected value of that stock to go up, it is very low because it is already so extended on a technical pattern. Now it's gapping up, and plus there is multiple reasons for it to go down. And that's why you have to understand the context of the thing. Here the opening range break up would add no value. It could have easily gone up to 249.50, but the meat of the move is on the downside, not on the short side. Man, it's 240 now. The SPY is going up
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah. SPY's going up and Apple's are going the opposite way, which is Apple's a pretty significant part of the SPY. So it's certainly not having any impact on the direction of the SPY today, that's for sure. But we're actually below yesterday's high on Apple. So it's kind of an important level right here.
Yeah, I agree.
And SPY is so strong. And same with the Qs.
Man, I look so bad on YouTube. I haven't even gotten a chance to shave or anything. uh,
Oh, you look good, man.
my mom calls me a terrorist when I
Yeah.
when I have this beard. Look. uh, Carlos.
Wow.
I love
AMD just
Carlos beard, man. I
yeah.
genuinely.
Wow. AMD just took a big pop up there. I don't know what that was all about. Yeah, Apple's
What
still
else?
see, the funny thing is I actually had thought Apple might pull back at the open and then move up like Microsoft did yesterday. So that was my thesis on my first trade. And when it looked like it was bottoming, I took a long. But you can't be convicted to you've got to let the price tell you where the direction is.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
yeah, I mean it just you have to be very quick to stop out if your thesis or your strategy that you're thinking is going to play out doesn't work out.
I absolutely agree. And a lot of times it would not. Like, I am short biased on my thesis. It doesn't mean it has to go in my direction. I I would not be going heavy size on the longs, and I would go very heavy size on the short because my thesis is aligned with it. And if the price action is matching with my thesis, that's where I can go aggressive. And that's why planning and game planning is such an important thing in the world of short-term trading or any kind of trading, because you have to understand where the expected move is, where the context of the stock is, what's the little bit of extent on the news behind it, how the price action is doing in the pre-market, and then you plan accordingly that if this happens, I'm going to do this. If that happens, I'm going to do that. And if you have that planning inside your head, it would avoid you from over trading. It would avoid you from
Yeah.
taking irrational trades. Those are the made up trades that you think it's going to go up and you take a trade, and for no random reason, and you think that it's going to go up and you just take it and then you get stopped out. Those are like made up trades. You'll avoid those taking made up trades. And that's the beauty of planning, guys. It's very important to plan your trade beforehand. And one of the things, like, even Avi and Brian, and they clearly talk about, I just plan it, and my job after the job open is execution. If that happens, I'm going to take the trade. Doesn't matter if I'm going to wrong or right. It's just the way you plan and you trade accordingly. For me, I have a plan, but I'm flexible to not trade it if that happens, because I am dependent very much on tape. I have to see a confirmation on the tape that even though that level breaks, until I see a confirmation on the tape, I would not take that trade. So, and that's another way of trading, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, you just have to honor your stops. It's the most important thing.
Oh, of course, that is, it's of course very important. Uh, I I was had a really nice, very nice week overall. I've been watching the markets whenever I get a chance. Haven't been able to trade. I just was able to trade a couple of times this week, and but I miss this. This volatility is amazing, guys. This is best time to be in the market, in my opinion. Like, there is, like, if you are a short-term trader, this is the time. Uh, but you should know, a lot of times when you see this high volatility, a lot of traders lose money because they don't know how to manage their size. Because once you have a high volatile period, the stocks tend to touch a lot of prices, and when they touch a lot of prices, you get stopped out a lot. So you have to have a little bit wider stop loss, or maybe have to manage your size accordingly to be able to capitalize on your profits and your entry and exit strategy. I usually scale out 5%, Abiola. I When I scale out on my position, I basically like 5%. But as and when, like, my first exit has to be more than 1:3 or 1:2. Always. And my first exit will never be below 1:2. So this was, I shorted. I was literally risking 25 cents on this. Anything about 27.50 or high of the day, that's where I would get out. And my first exit was $1. Like, it was a 1:4 exit. But then, it's and then you scale out 5% 5%, and then as and when it got 8%, like 1:10 risk reward, 1:8 risk reward, then I'll start scaling heavily. That if it's then I'll start scaling 20%, I'll start scaling 33%, and all of that. And by this point, this was like very quick move on the downside very quickly, and that's where I have to get out. Because when things happen like that, the bounce also happen in a very similar fashion, and sometimes the bounce is just hold it, and the meat of the move is done. In this case, it was the complete opposite. It did not bounce until later, and then actually continue to sell off. But I ran out of my shares until this point, because from 248 to 242.5, which is 5.5 point move on Apple, which is big. Apple doesn't move that much on any given day.
Yeah. Tesla's back to high day here.
Man, Tesla. I think and Andrew is still in Tesla. Man, what a move. I was actually thinking of taking a trade here, right here, 405. This was my level that I was wanting to take. Uh, Opening range break up, I wasn't that sure about it, but this was the area that I was thinking of, that I should take it. But I was already into two positions, uh, one on Nvidia and one on Apple. And that's why I missed it on Tesla. But what a move. What a move on Tesla. You got a really nice
Yeah.
move through options, right, Brian?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was a good trade. Very happy with
Why
that.
405? Let me see how why 405. Yeah, this is why 405. If you look at this is where it rejected last time. Then 400 and 405 are the areas. And why was I long biased on Tesla? There is a reason behind it. So Tesla sold the 405, and then what it did was it stayed below 400, right? And now it stayed above 400, and now tried to hold the 400. It tried to sell off again, but yesterday it came back above 400 and hold the 400, right? Now, even though it was gapping down a little bit this morning, I was more long biased because uh, I want to take either close to 400, and 405 is another resistance. If the 405 breaks the resistance, then I think it goes for 412 and then 420, like this area. So that was the whole, that's a simple basic price action understanding of how the price is actually, how the buyers are stepping up. So far for 2 days the buyers were below 400, but for the past 2 days the buyers are above 400. And that tells you something, that they are not letting, for the past 2 days they're not letting, even though yesterday it dropped below 400, but it closed above 400 at these area, which is a very important signal. And I would love to take the 400, but a lot of times what happens is those big multiples of 10 dollar numbers, they tend to chop around for 15-20 minutes or half an hour before they give you a clear signal. And most of the time what I've done is I try to wait for it to break out of that important 400 level, and then let it continue later after this thing. So am I not sharing my screen, guys? Ah, man, you should tell me. I was marking and everything. Oh my god. So that means nobody's listening to me except that one person.
I was listening to you.
Yeah, I was actually marking on my chart, and okay. So Apple is bouncing now. So 240 bounce. So now you should be able to see my screen, guys. I think. But that was the whole intention. So 400 and 405, that's where I get the level from. 405. So PLTR. So Rajat from YouTube is asking for PLTR. What is PLTR doing? PLTR, very nice rally. And now it actually at a all-time high. Very, very strong price action
Yeah,
overall. And if
yeah, it
you
had a
look at
really,
this,
really nice run.
and this, I love
I don't
this
know if
price
you.
action, guys. So if you look at this one, right, this is where, uh, if you look at a 30-minute chart, in this case, this was the big sell-off, and when they try to hold it right here, and when they step up, this is usually a very good indication that the buyers want to go step up. And usually this is the place, a lot of times people see that, oh, I missed this thing. It's okay to miss it because you don't know, the confirmation could have easily been gone down then go up. But this is the confirmation, the day where it on 128, this is a confirmation that, okay, PLTR is strong. Now what you're doing is you're looking for contraction, you're looking for the price to contract. And this is what happened for the next couple of days. And today was actually the breakout area. Today was breakout of 81, and this is where you're looking for the break of all-time high 82, and then and continue higher. A very very good price action, but on a daily, it's a bigger picture time frame. And once you align your bigger picture time frame, oh, this was the recent high 82, this one 82, and then the all time high is at 84.61, which is exactly at the place. Yeah, 84.78. I think it broke the all time high, but it's amazing. PLTR is, yeah, I'm not Andrew, guys. uh, okay, so Apple, yeah, Apple. So Apple did touch 240. 240 was the gap fill. It bounced from 240. Now it's even the character of a stock hasn't changed yet. The character, the the selling pressure, what do you call, unless and until it pops above 241.50, 242 and holds above this area, the character of a stock hasn't changed yet. A lot of times people try to capture the bottoms, and like the top bottom of the thing, like 240 is a good area to go in, and it would work in this case, but usually it's a very low probability one. It's a low probability high risk reward. So if that is something, it's a way of trading style. Like Eamon does it amazingly, when these trying to capture this bottoms and like literally pinpointing those particular bottoms, and then it's a very high risk reward because you're not risking much to make so much if it bounces, but
Yeah.
your accuracy is going to be lower because you might think 241 is the bottom, you might think 241.50 is the bottom, and you might try to capture the reversal, and you'll capture once, but you'll have to stop out multiple times. So
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to trade a double bottom, I mean, or a bottom, it's it's all about your entry because you've got to have you've got to be relatively confident that actually is a bottom, and and that way you can set your stop fairly tight. So if it does turn out that it's just a continuation of a trend, you stop out fairly quickly.
yeah,
But
I agree,
that's
100%.
that's kind of the critical part of.
Yeah, and
So it's like
that's the
Andrew
beauty
said
of risk
about his,
reward. Yeah,
yeah, sort of like what Andrew was saying about his PLTR trade. It's his he was right in his thesis. It's his entry that was bad.
yeah.
Apple is using the 20 EMA as resistance right now. So we've sort of followed the 9 down. It got through. It managed to get through the 9 EMA, but now it's pumping up against the 20, and that's where we're stalling right now.
Nvidia is looking
Hughes and
still
SPY
looking.
right back up to high of day after that pullback.
Is SPY the all-time high now?
Yeah, SPY is. I don't know if SPY is at an all-time high,
Oh,
but it's back
610.
to. It's definitely back. It's very close,
Yeah, the
and
all-time high is 610.78. Nothing can stop US market to go all
Uh,
time high. Man, I thought the DeepSeek is gonna change things and have tech sector fell off. They did, but now they're
yeah,
back at the all time highs. It's
yeah, didn't
it's
take long.
crazy. Yeah. And by the way, guys, I'll be presenting at Money Show in Vegas on when is it?
How are you
It's
going
on
to go
the
to that?
yeah. Are you coming?
No, okay,
So I'll be presenting
nice.
on which is on the 17th, 18th of Feb. 18th of Feb. So people who uh, can join me in Vegas, I would love to see you.
Yeah, I've presented at that show before too.
Yeah, and and it's a 2 hour presentation, so
Oh my
I
God,
don't know
really?
how I'm gonna.
Holy
So,
crap!
but I have to prepare content for
It
that.
was
But do join
was
me if you
when
guys
I
are in Vegas and if you wanna come around. Money Show is a very renowned organization who there are a lot of great presenters out there uh, and present it.
yeah. Yeah, it's a good show if you want to take it in. It's obviously in Vegas. Um, the um, the show is actually at the Paris, but if
Yeah.
you want a relatively cheap place to stay, you can stay at the Horseshoe, which is right literally connected to the Paris Hotel. And I was going to go, but then I had to change. But I think the Horseshoe Hotel was like um, $29 a night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So yeah, it was cheap. But then of course there's like a $30 resort fee, but still cheap
Yeah.
room. And it's I've stayed there before. It's okay. It's a hotel room, whatever.
So I just shared the link of the Vegas Money Show, guys. Uh,
Awesome.
join me if you can. I'm gonna share the link in the. So if yeah, Carlos, thank you, Carlos, in YouTube as well.
Sweet.
Yeah, Paris at the Paris. Yeah, I'm actually the
Paris at the
that's
Paris, yeah. Here we go. Spy is breaking out again. Queues have broken out.
so
Well,
Spy is done. Tesla. What is Tesla doing? Tesla goes to 420, guys. I think it's means back when
yeah, I
Andrew
thought
was
they
mentioning.
probably
Yeah, and back when Andrew was mentioning around 420, around when it was like 409 or something, I was like, no, I don't think it is 420 is too much of a stretch, but it is going to 420.
think so. Yeah. Okay, hello. Our nuclear stock has gone red to green here. So it looks like it's actually all-time high as well. Prior high was about a week ago, which was 43.70. So we're 43.90 right now.
So Nvidia hitting the break of high of the day. Did John take this? I think this would be a great John trade. This is like hitting multiple times.
Hmm.
Yeah, Nvidia broke the all high of the day. Tesla, AMD, RGTI. Oh, RGTI. What a rally on RGTI. Man, what happened with RGTI?
Did did it drop?
No, it rallied.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. All the quantum stocks were supposed to be dead too.
Yeah, this was a nice pop. From 12.3, it's went to 14.3. That's a $2 pop on RGTI and very nice price action overall. Respected the 9 moving average all around.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. Well,
okay.
I'm going to call it a morning here. So it was a pretty decent day overall. And yeah, for
Yeah, me
everybody
too,
out
Brian.
there, please, yeah, keep it green. Don't go into the weekend on a bad note. And yeah, take care, everybody. And
Okay.
yeah, will if you check out my post on YouTube on the weekend, uh, yeah, I'll do a quick summary of what happened during the week and some stocks to be watching for next week for possible swing trades. So if you want to check that out, it's on YouTube, and we'll see everyone Monday morning.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up too. I have to
Cheers.
take my mom for a
Okay.
doctor's appointment, so I will wrap it up. And thank you everyone for hanging out. And uh, Avi and Carlos are gonna pop up, and with Thor in the chat room. So hang along. And what an
Perfect.
always great to hear from Carlos and Avi overall. So thank you,
All
Brian.
right.
Take care, guys.
Cheers. Thanks, Paris. Have a good weekend, buddy.
You too.
All right. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. Great to hear from Paris as well, man. All right, let me disconnect from chat over on YouTube. Stick with us. Avi's coming up as well in just a second here. I'm just going to disconnect our chat and we're going to continue with our good buddies here on YouTube. All right. So we'll stop that there. And excellent. All right. So Avi will be connecting in just a second here. I do see him on. And yep, he's coming up in a sec here. All right. Awesome. Man, what a great day. It's been Avi, I can't hear you. I see your lips moving like the song says. If your lips are
Yeah,
moving.
I'm
I
here.
forgot the
Can you hear
tune.
me?
I hear you. I got you. Okay. Um, forget that this is a song.
Yeah.
This is a song for everything. All right, friends, over on YouTube. Hopefully, you guys have had a great morning. I mean, it's been action packed, man. We're gonna go through some of that stuff now. Avi, how's your morning been so far?
Hey, Carlos. Yeah, I feel like I just woke up out of bed. I've hardly taken a trade. I've just gotten into a meta short for now. First attempt at
Nice.
trading today. So let's see what happens. But yeah, I can see all the action. My goodness. I didn't take a trade because nothing's set up for the way I like to do things. But
Mm-hmm.
I can see all of you guys had a lot of fun, huh? Did you get some, Carlos?
Yeah, man, we had a lot of fun. We had fun with Tesla, Nvidia. I mean, not I didn't trade all of these stocks, but everything we had today was awesome. Nvidia took a while to get going. That was great. Apple, obviously, beautiful short. Tesla, everything on here was nice. I actually took a pop on Rigetti. I think I traded the stock maybe like twice. And this being my second time. Like I seen a lot of people take a lot of trades on this, a lot of action. But today I actually had a beautiful 5-minute ORB breakout on this one. Again, if you look at the move, you think, oh man, we made out the $2. No, we got it to about 13.50. So again, I was happy with that when it pulled back. But yeah, man, today was it was awesome. And then if you look everything, Amazon, I mean Google,
Yeah.
which I actually thought Google was not gonna do well, proved me wrong. That thing took off nicely today. So it traded, in my defense, it traded better than usual. It normally does not trade like this, but today's the day, man. A lot out there. I'm surprised you didn't haven't got into anything until Meta just now, right? You said?
Yeah, nothing. And I actually just took the position off just a moment ago as you were talking. It's not behaving right, so got it
Okay,
at
okay.
basically break even. But yeah, nothing set up, it's a damn shame. You
Yeah.
see everything going and moving and big
Yeah.
moves, and you just get tempted. You should jump right into it, right? But my God, I spent all morning just fighting myself. Nope, don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's not there.
Oh man. Yep, yep. I got you. I got you.
But yeah,
But
that
yeah,
kind of day. Flying,
really
man,
great
flying.
day. I also took
What else?
PLTR, but the PLTR trade it was I got out quickly. I knew I had a bad entry. I was definitely chasing.
Mm.
I got lucky on it that it popped up above the high of the day, but the minute it turned red, I got out. So small winner. I mean, I knew going in, I'm not following my plan here, but it worked out for a small green. So, um, but at least
Nice.
I know that I got lucky and not that I'm good, right? You can say like, oh, that's a great trade. No, it's not. You got lucky, and it's okay to be honest with yourself and say, hey, you got lucky. Don't do that again, and don't fool
Yeah.
yourself to thinking that you crushed it just because the outcome was green, right? So
Mm.
got to be honest with
Yeah.
yourself.
Absolutely. And those are the most dangerous ones, right? When you get lucky and you think you did
Mm,
a good job and you try it again, and that's it. That you've actually done yourself a disservice by winning that trade, put it that way. It's not
yeah,
even healthy
man.
for you in the long term. So for sure, man, psychology, absolutely important here.
One of my biggest issues before we start looking at all these stocks and some of the questions you guys have throw them on there, we'll start looking at those as well. One of my biggest issues, man, was averaging down. Big
Mm.
problem my first 2 years trading because it worked a lot. Avi, I'm talking about I will have a size that I'm like, wow, I'm really if this doesn't work out, we're gonna blow up here, and it'll end up working out, and it was all because averaging down, right? So it was a bad problem, and then every time that works, you're like, huh, I'm in the same situation again. Let me try it again. And then one day it didn't work, and all those gains that I came back from, I gave it all back on one big loss. Basically blew up a Honda Civic. Uh, so
Shit.
yeah, so yeah, gotta be careful.
Um, yep, you gotta be careful with that for sure. Building bad habits, it gets reinforced with the wins, but that's yeah, a good thing you mentioned. I had that problem too for a little
Mm,
while, averaging down, digging myself out of holes, and then eventually, build or dig such a hole you can't dig yourself back out.
yeah.
That's gonna hit you soon at some point. So
Uh,
cool,
I
man.
was I was
Cool.
so traumatized from it, man, that I don't even add into trades now. Like I don't want to hear about adding. No, it's just it's too close to averaging down. Averaging down is the devil for sure when it comes to trading. Uh,
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Well, you can get over it now. We're all here. We can all do it together. Let's learn how to add in. Talk to Parth.
yeah.
He does it all.
Yeah, so great question in chat. Now that we're talking about this, that's different, Sack, right? So averaging down once is okay. I say no. For me, it's a no. Averaging down once is not okay. Now, if you get into a trade with the plan, like you hear Andrew do this sometimes. Obviously, Paris does this as well. He does adding in a lot. It's part of his strategy. If you get in and you know that, hey, I'm going to get in here, but if it pulls back to the view up, I'm going to add. If that's part of your plan going into the trade, that's okay. But if you have a plan, you go in and then you change that plan and do whatever you want after you're in the trade, that's a great area, man. You got to be careful. Got to be careful. Okay.
Yeah.
For me, it's a no, but for you, depending on how you look at it, you can have such a strong conviction that, hey, man, you know what? I got in, but this is actually a better price, and maybe your conviction allows you to do that, and you have some flexibility. Great, but for me, it's a no. No, no, no. I'm
Definitely.
scarred.
Yeah. No, you see, the thesis of the trade is, it's you're taking the entry and you have a stop loss right next to it. So if it hits your stop, well, it's based on the thesis, right? So you should take the stop because thesis is no longer valid. Why would you add more when your thesis isn't valid? To me, that's how I think about averaging down when it goes against you. So yeah, if your thesis is not valid, exit the trade. Win, lose, whatever. Just exit the damn position.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
build another trade, another thesis, and wait for it. So anyways, that's how I would see it. What do we got here in the chat? We got Matt Wood. Other than levels, what other setups am I looking for? I'm looking for setups at levels. So levels are a part of my setup. And at levels, I'm just looking for candlestick patterns. So you can see here on the chart here on Nvidia, what's interesting is you have a bit of a consolidation below the level, then a breakout, and then bouncing off the level. That's one I'd take normally. I didn't touch this one. This is just moving too much. But yeah, so something like that. Basically, I'm looking for candlestick patterns at levels, not in between levels. So there you go. Hope that makes sense. What else we got here? T-Man still taking profits too early. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing, right? At least when I trade, I generally have a target in mind, or I'll trail the price in my favor. So try and hold it for something big. That way you don't get too caught up in getting out too heavily too early. It's one of those things, man. It's a tricky one, but try not to get out too early, and you can catch big moves.
Yep. Alberto, you're asking what link? So I think the video we were talking about that you did not have to be a member of was the one that Avi did a couple of like a week back, right? That we had an event, so it was live. It was not recorded. It's just a live event, live webinar for everyone off through tradingterminal.com, and you did not have to be a member. So I don't think there's an actual link of videos without being a member. You could probably sign up to the academy, and there's probably some free videos there, Trading Terminal Academy, because you can sign up to that stuff for free. There might be some free material on there, but there's no actual like link, not that I'm aware of, unless something new has come out. I'm not
Yeah,
aware of
those
that.
are yeah, that was a live webinar, but what I can do is I can share my link here where I've got some free material out there if you would like to look at that. It's there. Those are slightly older webinars. There it is. Yep. It's in the chat. But yeah, that was a live webinar last week. Oh, and also today I finally finished off that short video on the strategy I use. So
Nice.
go guys, that's ready to go. Go and take a look. It's going to be in that education section in our BBT website. And I think, yeah, you get access to that with the lowest tier of membership as well. So
Yeah,
now go and take a
we
look.
actually, for YouTube, speaking of the lower tier membership, we have the $1 trial, and it gets you in. And we charge $1 because we need to get the bots out of the way. But you can join and you'll be able to see that video, access to those video, including this one that Abby's going to put up. That's new, so take advantage of that.
Yeah.
All right, we got Brendan D in chat. Brendan's been trading well lately, man. He's been doing his thing. See some of his trades on the chat that he posts there. He's crushing it. You know what? And not just because he's on, because I do talk about Brendan on boarding class. Brendan's one of the guys that I met back in New York a while ago. Like me and him probably started trading together, maybe me a year before him. And like everybody, we all struggle. We struggled at the beginning. I think Brendan took like a year or two break. I think he moved to California or something. Came back, like he did a master reset. Came back and just crushing it. So, it just tells you so many different paths to this learning curve, man. Everybody's path is different. But that's a nice one. I like that. Didn't just keep pushing through. He just kind of took a little break. Hey, let me go reset, come back, and it's a whole different story. So it's nice, man. Nice to have you in chat here today.
Yeah, awesome. Yep, that happened with me too. I took a 6-month break. Well, I can't even call it a break. I never planned to come back to trading, but after 6 months of being away and sorting out the rest of my existence, day trading was finally doable. So, and then everything worked. There you go. Cool.
When you say trailing stop, do you enter it or just have it mentally? If you enter it, what percentage do you use for the trail? Great question. Avi, you use trailing stop?
Yeah, trailing stop. So I like to put the stop on the chart. It's a hard stop, and then I can move it manually as I'm following the price. Most people use moving averages for trailing stops. I just use 5-minute candlesticks when I'm doing it. But that's it. I don't use percentages or anything. I just follow the price. So that's it. That's fairly straightforward. We got V. What candlestick pattern around 945? What do you have taken? V. What ticker are you looking at for a 945 candlestick pattern? Meanwhile, we got Rajat here. You want to talk about PLTR? Okay. Well, that's more Carlos's thing. For me, as I look at it, I don't have a trade on this at all. But I'll let Carlos tell you about this.
Yeah, I mean it's done an amazing move already today. We're getting into this critical area where are we going to continue here, or are the buyers somewhat tired, exhausted here? So we'll have to see. I don't like the fact that if you look at the 5-minute, And I'll bring up my screen here so you can take a look at this. Where is it? Here we go. Is that the 5? Yeah. So if you look here, we couldn't make a new high here. We couldn't make another new high here. Let's see what this does here. If we see a lot of struggles here, man, it might not be ready to break out higher, and then you can start getting into a reversal situation. Now, you got to keep in mind, the stock's been strong, tons of volume, but this is a perfect time to find reversals back to the VWAP or lower. So we just got to see how the price action goes and what it does here. If it makes a new high, then I don't think the stock is ready to reverse anytime soon. You got to be careful because it is strong, man. This one, what's the other one? The one I traded. See, POTR, when I don't watch it, when I don't watch it, trades so well. But I did get RGTI, which I think they're trading on the same quantum thing here. So RGTI was good. But if you look at where it was, the POTR, same thing. All these quantum stocks, just they're doing awesome. This computing stuff. So yeah, let's see what it does here. I think right now it can go either way. It's very hard to tell. I don't think anybody really knows what's going to happen here. You got to let the price action give you something you can actually follow at the moment. So let's watch it. I think it's in a good spot right now.
Yeah, interesting. Very strong consolidating and going up again. That's quite normal, healthy price action. So let's see.
Yep.
BCD stuff. Meanwhile, we got Nvidia. Target I have is 128.16. So right in the 128 area. Looks like it's finding strength again around 127. So there we go. Gotta love these levels, man. They're just so much fun. What else?
Yep.
What we have here? Microsoft is looking at me.
Microsoft is staring you down.
Yeah, man, it's looking at. It's like go short, but it's just not there.
Oh yeah, brand new law of the day. Yeah, see that. Let me see your charts. How the moves look on this thing. Just looking at your chart here.
Yeah, 5-minute chart here.
Yep, I see that. Okay, yeah.
Yep. Apple's doing the same thing, breaking 240 now, low of the day, another move down. I haven't touched Apple. I should have. Well, I shouldn't have, obviously, because no trade book on it, but there you go. Let's see what it does. Again, right at the level there, 239.73, right in the 240 area. Very interesting there. V, you're asking about the candlestick pattern 945 on Nvidia. All right, let's have a look at that then. 945, so that's here. Well, I'm just seeing a whole lot of chop at the open. That's all it is. I don't see a pattern. Look at this. This whole area is all consolidation or chop. Then it breaks out. And the breakout happened just before 10 o'clock. And then it got interesting, right? Over here you have a retest of a level, continuation play. You can do that. So, yeah. At that point, though, earlier, no way. Nothing there.
Yeah, I agree. And out of all of them, Nvidia has been tough, man. Got better after 10 o'clock. But yeah, that I'm with you that morning. Even if you look at the 1 minute, like a smaller time frame, where's the 1 minute here? You can see there's just a lot of back and forth action. Here you get a nice little break. But outside of that, it just keeps wrapping itself around the VWAP. Then when it settles down, something happened here around 10 o'clock, settles down, then you get this beautiful breakout. ABCD pattern, 9 moving average, break of the high of the day. Just a lot takes place here. It looks pretty good. But we've been seeing this start here, very wiki. When you get this wiki action like that, it's very difficult to trade because you could get stopped out so easily. You could go in here for a short, in a minute, boom, right back up again, then back down again. So that's tough to trade. And we've been seeing a lot of that out of Nvidia. So we've been putting it on our list because it is Nvidia. But we know that, hey, we got to be cautious with this one. And sometimes all you have to do is wait. Because if you wait it, just look at the 5 minute now. That is an awesome breakout, right? So just need to give it a little bit of time. And it's making a new high right now.
Yep, fantastic. Just a little patience. Wait for your setup. And again, this is the financial market we're dealing with. It's a gold mine. There's setups all day long. I've hardly touched the market today. And I'm not even fussed about it because I know we're dealing with the financial market. So relax about it. You don't need to jump into stuff just because it's exciting, Let it set up for you. And then you get a good one.
Agreed.
So there goes Apple low of the day now, or seriously pushing, breaking out. Broke the level.
Oh, man. Apple's been Let's look at the daily on this thing. Yeah, so it just gave the entire gap up from this morning, all back. Thought they're gonna hold some of it, but just right back down. This interesting stuff, man.
Very cool.
Anyone take Apple short? I mean, I'm sure some people took advantage of this in chat. In chat here, let's see. I know many people traded Tesla with Andrew today, so that was a good win for a lot of people. I almost took it with him, but I was like, I don't know, wasn't too convinced, but I was wrong. Traded very well.
All good. I got a
And,
question
and this
here.
is one thing. I mean, this is why you don't follow nobody, because I follow Andrew. When was it? I follow him on Nvidia like early this week. Didn't work. Don't follow him now, and it works. It's like, man. All good.
Oh yeah.
All right, what do we
Yeah.
got in the chat?
Market for you. Question here from Melanie. Why don't you play the opposite of your 8 a.m. candle on Apple? I'm not sure what you mean by opposite of the 8 a.m. candle. To me, there's a candlestick, there's a high and a low off of the candlestick, and that makes a horizontal line on the chart. What's the opposite of that? I'm not sure what the question is. Scott wants to know, what point would you have gone long Nvidia today? I did not go long Nvidia today. Therefore, there was no point that I would have gone long Nvidia today. Is that right? It didn't set up for me. It's just not my thing. So I didn't touch it. Oh yeah, it made a great move as you saw.
Rusi, don't get blocked. Don't get blocked. Don't make me block you. I like the pink hand emoji, but don't get blocked.
Yeah. Sansui, you want to talk about, spell the name of the platform you are using. DAS, Delta Alpha Sierra, DAS. There you go. DAS Trader Pro. Most of us in BBT use this platform.
Yep. It's Andrew was talking about it earlier today because he got a question on it as well, man. It's so clean. I get asked a lot in the onboarding class, which platforms should people use? Because when people are starting out, and I felt the same way too. It's expensive. It's $150 a month. We were able to get for the training. We got able to get a discount through BBT because BBT was able to work something out with them, right? But they don't make money off of that. It's just whatever discount they can get goes directly back to DAS. Anyway, man, I was trying to find other things and just didn't find nothing else this clean. So it's perfect for the way we trade.
Yep, it really is. It's got the speed, the execution, all the information when you need it, So I like it. Again, I've never looked at anything else, and I haven't had a need to.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, so I think Andrew's going to do a recap. So the question is, what did we find on RGTI at the open? And Andrew found PLTR at the open. Yeah, and Andrew was right on the PLTR, but his entry was not great, and he was not able to hold it, right? I think he got into a large position on this one, and then once he came to break even, he did the right thing. He just got out of it for a small win. But yeah, his entry was a little bit at the higher end, and then you had to survive this pullback. I think it was in this area. Don't quote me. Let me show you here. He'll do a recap and explain it. But again, I think the thought process of it being strong was right. It's just the timing was a little bit off. If he would have got an entry around here, perfect. But then he had to hold through this deep pullback, and I think that just didn't work. So on this one, for me personally, for 5-minute RB, it kind of ran up too much, and I just didn't look at it after that because I was stuck in RGTI. So I was stuck in this one here. So for me, this one didn't run up as much. So it seemed like it was closer to the VWAP. So again, I just took this one. But they're both pretty good. They're both really good for 5-minute RB. This one at the breakout, PRTR on this pullback here. You had to wait for this pullback. If you got in here, it's too messy. And I talk about this on my webinar about the 5-minute RB. Why I won't get in here and why you gotta wait for this. Again, we won't go through all the details, but that's something that we do talk about on this 5-minute RB. It's a big problem when you chase it here, you gotta hold through a pullback. It's not gonna turn out too good. So, but that's in a high overview. That's what we saw.
nice. Yeah. Awesome price action right there at the open, and you having the trade book to read it. That's the way to do it.
Yep, yep. Speaking of PLTR, because I have it up, man, this stock is just it's going. It wants to go today, man. It's on a tear. Um,
Mhm.
so making a new high now.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Nice.
You can have
That's
that for $100 a month if you don't need level two. Yeah, but that for me, level two is a big part of it. So I like my level two. Yes, you could definitely have it for cheaper because they have all kinds of service levels that you want. If you don't need level two, yeah, $100. But level two is expensive because it's the only one that has it like this. There's not another software that has it so clean. So you're gonna pay for that market depth, which is it can be important.
Mhm. Yeah.
No,
You
Zach.
can even get
I'm.
level.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Abby.
I was just saying you can even get level two on options if you want on the options contracts, open interest, and actual level two orders on the options.
Yeah.
So even that's available. That's the beauty about DOS, right? You can get all these facilities. I just want to add that piece.
Yep. All right. See what else we have here. Uh, Norm. I swear, people ask me about Norm all the time. Yeah, we did the show for years. What, 3 years? We did the pre-market show. No, no, Norm is good, man. I still talk to him here and there. He's doing well. He's still trading, so he's still doing his thing in the morning. But he's doing other things with his personal life that are also very positive. So, but as far as trading, he's still doing his thing. But yeah, we love Norm. We love Norm, man. It's a good guy. All
Yeah.
right, let's see here. Are you still in any trades? No, Sack. At this time of the day, I'm usually out by now because usually the 5 minute RB has done its move, and then you start getting these big pullbacks. That's not worth me waiting. So I'm usually by now I'm usually out. Very rare, I'm gonna come on here and be in a trade at this time, and then at this point I either made my day and I'm not taking any more trades, or I'm doing too bad that I don't want to add on to or take any more risk on. Right, so I'm at the point where taking trades now is not my thing. And also, I'm not good at reversals. Let's be honest. If I was good at reversals, I'd be taking trades here with you guys, but I'm just not good at it. And so yeah, so I just stick to what I know. Stay in my lane.
Let's go long on Apple, Carlos. Look at that. It's perfect
Let's
bullish
go. Let's see.
activity. Yeah, look
This is gonna snap back. This is gonna snap back. I'm with you, man. You go long. We'll go long together.
at that.
But
10 minutes,
it
10 more
is.
minutes.
I might take a very small size though. I'm taking like 50 shares. I'm not gonna load the boat. But yeah, right now it's kind of getting due for a pullback, man. I see it coming to your level there on your charts. Yeah, it's due. It's due.
Hmm. Yep. Let's see. It's got to behave a very particular way for the bulls to truly take over this bearish activity. It's going to take a lot. So let's see. We got, dude, you want to know about Tesla? Might be Tesla. Okay, everyone wants to know about Tesla. Let's have a look. So for me, Tesla was very bullish and it's got stuck in between the levels. That's all there is to it right now. I don't see a way to get involved in this. It's chop, it's consolidation, whatever you want to call it. It may well pop out of here, up or down, but for now, it's not telling me that it wants to do that.
Yeah.
That's all it is at the moment. It's just sitting there. Yeah, I don't see any opportunities at the moment. Except Apple broke down the low of day about 15 minutes ago. That's it. Other than that, everything I'm looking at is beautifully stagnant. Everything's in a happy place.
I'm telling you, man, it turned out to be such a great day for the opening morning here. Like there's so
Hmm.
many things that traded well. Like the pre-market was so slow. Oh, look at Oklo is going too. The pre-market was so slow that I thought, maybe it's not gonna be great. Look at that. That's really nice on Oklo there. Uh, but man, it turned out awesome. Turned out pretty good. So
Yeah, it was really good for the opening traders, ORB traders, opening volatility, momentum, all that stuff. A real party today.
yep.
These days like this where I think, I should not even show up. Let's go home. Stay home. Yeah, I get my trades, the big ones, later in the day. I avoid the open most of the time, and I'm still sitting
Yeah.
here with literally nothing, just wait for it. But hey, it's all good.
Question here. I'm not sure about you guys, but I find Fridays the hardest day to trade. Yes, usually volume on Fridays does die down more than other days, right? People want to start their weekend right away. Right? They've been trading all week. They're exhausted. Their mind is fried from all the processing of orders and risk management, all that stuff, and the pressure to perform. People want to be done early, but today doesn't. Has not looked like that day. I mean, you look at some of these stocks. They're rocking. Look at Oklo here. Look at Tesla moving as well. Apple continues to make a new low, right? So this type of movements you're getting now are doesn't seem like a Friday to me. So today's definitely special. POTR broke a new high, pulling back a little bit. There's so many tickers on the move. So, but yeah, typically, let's say if I have to take a day off from trading, it would be either a Friday or a Monday, right? So definitely Friday for sure, by far.
Right on, yeah. Yep. If you're gonna take a day off, it should be Friday. And I find the same thing, like, volume dies down and all that, but you still a lot of times get great price action. I haven't been able to find any reliable statistic that tells me I'm better off if I don't show up on Fridays. So, I show up when I want to, and well, pretty much every day. But if it is time to take a break from trading, then yep, Friday's the day off. Make
Yeah.
it the weekend.
Someone's asking me how delayed are we on YouTube? We're slightly delayed. I don't know what the actual number is. Here's our market clock if you want to see what that looks like. That's our market clock there for where we are, so you could see how delayed you are on your end. Also, just make sure you're clicking, because sometimes YouTube, you might not be on the actual live. So if you're really like 10 minutes, well, not 10 minutes, but like 5 minutes delayed, make sure you click your live on your YouTube at the bottom, so it brings you the cursor up to where you need to be. But yeah, we're slightly delayed. That's just the YouTube the way things work. If you want to get everything live with no delay, then that's our chat room is going to be a much direct feed, and you can see Andrew's entries. You can see our charts. Like here for YouTube, we don't show our entries. We keep it for the members, but the members see the entries, see the exits. Andrew. Once in a while, I'll flip the screen and show you what Andrew's looking at because he's explaining something, and you can see the entries and exits for his trades on there. So. Same thing with Avi. Avi, you're not showing your entries and exits here, but for his mentees and all that stuff, you'll be able to see all of that. So,
Yep.
join, guys. Join. Check it out. See if something that interests you.
Yep. It's a lot of fun. Again, it's fantastic education and mentorship and leadership and group community stuff. But also, like I've said before, I've found lifelong friends through it. So there's a lot more than just day trading. That's the beauty of it. Really is.
Yeah.
Check it out.
100%.
And of
Hey,
course,
guys,
there's a
you're.
new video today.
Mhm.
New video, guys, coming out.
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. So, hey guys, your 8 a.m. 5-minute candle looks different than mine. It shouldn't. I mean, it could look different based on the way you have your settings in your charts, but the actual price, right? Look at the price. The actual price should look pretty close. Okay, so on which ticker, by the way? We could bring it up and show you, but it should look really close. And don't look at the size of it. Just look to the side and see what price it is. And the open and the end should be the same. If your candle looks a little bit shorter, maybe you have your charts a little bit shrunk, and you got to just kind of work with the settings a little bit.
Yeah. It's also the platform. A lot of people using TradingView have told me they don't see the 8 a.m. candle as we do on DOS. So make sure you're on DOS. If
Yeah.
you want to see it exactly like this. Carlos, we got a question here from Dizan about monthly membership. It shows also to monthly membership. I'm not sure what you're asking here.
I want to try to interpret it. So you're saying that if you have a membership with BBT, you could see the entries and exits when we're trading live? Yes, you can. So when Andrew and Brian are trading live, you'll be able to see his entries and exits. I show you some of that once in a while, but Andrew will have his actual screen on there. You could just pick from either my screen, Andrew's screen, Brian's screen has book map. So you could pick which screen you want to look at. You got some options. But yeah, try it. Check it out. Don't take my word for it. Check it out. See if you like it. And you know, I think you will. I think the value that you're gonna find there is pretty neat.
Yeah, a lot of fun. And yeah, this is interesting, guys. Look at this. Amazon looks fun. Like, well, it looks like it wants to go. This is where I think a lot of people make mistakes.
Oh man, look
They
at
just get
that.
into it as
Yeah.
it wants to jump, but truthfully, if there's no setup, don't touch it. It's just still very much in an area of chop and not going anywhere. And this is where people chase it and get lost in it. So this is a bit of a
Yep.
dangerous point. Be careful.
Yeah, trying to get towards the high of the day here. Which is it's a tough strategy because look at the move so far in this 5 minute. That looks very extended. So if you're gonna go for a high of day breakout, do you wait for I'm not a high day breakout trader, but are you waiting for a consolidation here and then the breakout, or would you get in? Like I wouldn't get in for if it goes to 293, 75 high of the day right now. I'm not getting in there. I feel it's too extended from the VWAP. So we need to get John on here and talk about his high of day breakout, how he's looking at that.
Yeah.
We should do that, man. You should do that, Abby. We should bring in one moderator for like 10 minutes to talk about their strategy, so you guys all get a feel for different strategies. We should do that. Maybe
Yeah.
next week we'll bring a moderator. We'll bring John in for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Very insightful for everybody here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because everyone does trade slightly differently. Everyone has their own strategies and different indicators and various nuances. So, we get a taste for it. Let's see. I'm still not seeing anything. Let me look at it. Yeah, AMD's at the level. AMD is a great big mess, but here's at least from my strategy, there's two things. There's levels and candlesticks. So it's at the level. So it doesn't mean you trade it. It has to really set up at the level. And for now, it's just been a disaster all day. Up and down, and wicks on both sides. I'm not sure how you would find a way to trade this. So please be careful on this one. I got Microsoft low of day again, going down. But again, no setup for the way I like to trade. You might look at breakouts, breakdowns over here. It looks like that, but I don't trade that stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oops. Nvidia is an interesting place. Broke out, bounced off that, retested this area. It's come back to retest the area again. We know there's resistance overhead. It's in an interesting place, but again, what's the trade? What's the setup? What's the plan? Where's the stop? Where's the target? I can't pick
Yeah.
that up on this chart. So again, let it go.
Is it time for Apple Long? Amanda started bouncing. Great name, by the way. My daughter's name is Amanda. So when I see Amanda, I look at it, sticks out right away. It's my daughter's name. I don't know. I don't know. It started bouncing here. It's building some kind of support, but I'm not sure. What we thinking here? Are you going long, Abby? You're talking about this going long. Now's the time.
I'm not touching anything right now. Everything's a mess.
Yeah.
Like, and things are at interesting places, but they gotta behave well. It's like a human
Yeah.
being. If a human being doesn't behave well with me, you think I'm gonna play with him? Nuh-uh. Well, you gotta behave well.
Apple is fake news. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Apple, man. It's just I thought they were gonna actually hold some of these gains because they had a good call. Looks like. I mean, they really popped up after the conference and after the earnings last night. But now I don't know. Don't know. So Amanda, you're in 50 shares on Apple. Yeah, it's good. See, that's good. 50 shares is good. You know, have your stop ready. If you're in already, I'm assuming you're in the green right now because this thing is moving higher. Let's see if it goes. See if it goes. You know.
Fine. There you go, guys. Just telling you a minute ago about Microsoft breaking down. There it is. There's a good breakout for those of you who like breakouts.
Yeah.
have? Let's see.
Nvidia and NVDS. What is that? Is that a Nvidia ETF or something? MV. It is. It's short. Okay, so it is. It's short Nvidia ETF 1.5. Okay. Man, there's so many of these. All right, it's nice.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it's
Leverage it up.
so interesting.
Nice. Microsoft, man. I was telling you earlier, Carlos, Microsoft is looking at me, and now there it goes.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
man.
did tell me that. I know you didn't take it, so you would have said it, but yeah, look at the drop there.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, there it goes.
very nice.
Zach and Z, is there a Mag 7 ETF? Effectively, no. But effectively the Nasdaq and the SPY are run by these big tickers anyway. Such a big portion of all of it. But there's none that I know that's purely Mag 7.
Yeah, that'd be weird too, right? 'Cause sometimes they go in so many different directions. But I would be surprised somebody comes out with something like that, or if they're thinking about it. There's something for everything. I'll be right back.
Yep, go ahead. JJM, you got into Nvidia, well, sorry, AMD at about 10 a.m. It worked, but then you lost money with options. 120 calls for today would be a scalp. Well, let's have a look. 10 a.m. on AMD. Where are we looking? Yeah, okay, so you got into this move right here. See, the way I see it is it was really choppy and messy down here before you got in. I don't know what would tell you to go long here. I didn't go long because nothing there told me to go long. It was just a great big mess. It could easily just continue being a great big mess. So what's your strategy? If you're reading momentum, you're reading the tape, you're doing something like that, then you go long, okay, then you gotta have an exit strategy too, right? For me, I just go level to level. So again, not a setup I trade, so I can't tell you what the exit needs to be and what it is, but if you're in the trade, then you take an exit as well, right? And you gotta have that planned out. But again, I don't see anything here on Nvidia. Nothing makes sense to me. This is all just a great big mess. Abraham, no, these are not daily levels. This is the measured move levels off of the 8 a.m. candle. So you see the 8 a.m. candle here? All I do is really draw the high and low of that candle and then equidistant lines. That's all it is. That's just it's measured move. There's no daily levels or anything on my charts. Dirty Jedi. CIFR. What is that? I have no idea what this is. What do you want to do with this? It looks messy. Some sort of low price, low float sort of thing. I used to trade low floats, but that was a long time ago. There's a good reason I don't trade them anymore. Mining company. Okay, CIFR is a mining company. Fair enough. Google, I want to look at Google. Okay. Again, I don't see anything in it. It's just wicks on both sides. This thing's got teeth. It doesn't want to go anywhere. It'll bite you. So let it be. What I'm more interested in is actually Apple. Broke out of the level. Looks like it's testing the level. Might go down. Did the same thing earlier, like broke out of level, retest, and go. It's just doing these reverse ABCDs all day. That was the first time I did it earlier, right after the first leg down. Next level, next level. Next level is around 238. So that's behaving quite well. I still haven't found an entry, but it's behaving well. Nvidia on the move. Big drop so far. Scott, no, I don't look at the SPY or the Qs or any of that stuff. There was a time when I did trade the SPY. I was trading options on the SPY and stuff. That was a long time ago. And futures. Actually, I might go back into that. I've been experimenting with something recently, but for now, no, I don't watch that to influence the trades I'm taking on these tickers. Abzem C12. You're talking about starting day trading in Robinhood. I don't recommend it. Just stay away from Robinhood if you're trying to do stuff like this. Just please don't. If you want to learn, well, you're in the right place. You got BBT here, join the community. All the education is phenomenal. And you also have the funded account. You're doing it, do it right. You don't want to just screw around on Robinhood and then realize, you shouldn't have done that. I can tell you that right now. Don't do it. All right. If you don't want to deploy capital, you're saying you have a little capital, well, funded account is the way to go. Really, it is. It's incredible. I wish I had that. I wish that was available when I got started. It's very, very useful. Let's look at Nvidia, right back down to 125 now, right in the zone. Let's see what happens. What's going on here? We got Tesla again. Let's see if Tesla wants to do anything up here this time. It keeps hitting its head up on it. It is, it's a good indication a breakout could happen, but again, could happen, not necessary. Coin, Onkar, you want to know about coin? Yeah, coin's a mess. Look at this, wicks on both sides, overlapping candles. It doesn't want to go anywhere. So it doesn't look like a lot of fun. On the other hand, AMD is doing the breakdown right now. There it goes. Those of you who like this sort of thing. Ash, the brokerage most of us use is Interactive Brokers, and the platform we use for trading is DOS Trader. That's what you see on the screen here. Very easy setup, very simple. When I started trading, I did this setup as recommended by Verbal Traders, and I haven't changed it since. Still on it. Still very, very good. What we got here? This is interesting. You can see Microsoft broke down from the level, came right back up to the level. It could retest the level and push down again, or go right back into it, in which case it's a false breakdown. In which case you might be thinking about a reversal. Again, not the way I do reversals, but it's there. And there's Nvidia. You can see that. Look at the structure. You got this opening range, even in the pre-market. Then the breakout. Now it's retesting it. If it really puts in a very good retest, you might get into a good long. You have Apple as well going long. Where's Carlos? Where's that reversal stuff? There it is. Apple 240. Again, lots of movement all around. Zach and Z, you want Oklo. See, I don't have a level up there. I don't have any levels on Oklo, but even if I did have a level at this 45 area, I don't see a pattern set up for a reversal, a double top or a seriously long tail reverse hammer, something like that. You need one of those two. At least that's the way I do reversals. For now, it's just stuck here. You can see it pushes down and pushes up. It's putting in wicks. Once putting in wicks is not the time to get in. Generally want it to be cleaned up. JJMA, you want to look at the SPY 8 a.m. range? Yeah, actually, I was looking at that earlier. Let's just draw that. Where is it? Here. So we'll zoom out a little more. Yeah, that's the 8 a.m. range. You can see it. And if you mark it on the chart, pretty cool, huh? Goes right from it to the very next one. So precise. And then back. Well, halfway back so far. Isn't that great? Really something, huh? Measured moves. Good one, JJMA. Works nicely. Yeah. Should probably look at the SPY again. It's been so long since I traded it. But look at this, guys. Now, Microsoft, false breakout. because, well, it's gotten back into the area, right? Most likely going to be a false breakout, but we'll find out. Yeah, Dan, that's right. Well, I just moved the indicator up or down as necessary. Easy enough, right? Yeah, Antonio, the way I'm doing levels here again is very simple. It's just that 8 a.m. candle, the 5-minute 8 a.m. candle, just mark the high and the low, and then further up and down in your chart, just put lines at the same distance of these two lines. So you have that one that's the same distance, another one up, same distance. That's it. That's all it is. I promise you, it's not more complicated than that. I know a lot of you want it to be more complicated than that, but it's not. I don't want it to be more complicated than that. Okay.
Easy peasy.
There you go.
Like
There
my
you
kids
go.
say, easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Did you go long, Carlos? Apple reversal? Come on, man.
No,
I was
I
just
just got
telling
back
you.
to my desk. I went to my dad came over for a little, so I went to say hello to him.
All right.
Came to pick up some keys, but yeah, no, I just got back, so I'm catching up now. Um, yeah, Apple long, it's working, man. It's working. I know someone who was it a man that was long Apple. Some of you guys were thinking long Apple. Hopefully you are in. Henry Chung, my man. Oh, Henry Chung, good times. So me and Henry worked together for in my previous life for 9 to 5. Man, we had such a blast in that company. I miss working with the people there. We made a lot of good stories there, good memories. So, man, good to see you. Good to see you, man. Um, but yeah, I know some of you guys went long Apple. It's turning around now though. But you
Yeah.
still had a good move though, 238 to 239.80. I mean, hopefully you took profits up there because that looks pretty good. So
Yeah. Pretty cool. Yep. 240 and the level, you can see it broke down. It just retest the level and go. It never set up for a reversal. It still could, but it has not, not yet at least. So there you go. Apple's further down. If we're going down, let's see how low can we go? What's next? Next, I've got
yeah,
the 238 area, and below that, the 236.50 area. So this could be entertaining. We'll see.
Apple fake news
Let's see.
into PDC. I don't know. Um, don't know. Apple is just struggling.
Cool, cool. Here
Let's
we
take a look at.
go. AMD, guys. This is where a lot of people ask me about reversals. It's put in that hammer. It's made me 5-minute high, go long, but this is not a precise pattern the way I like it because, for one thing, it's not a very seriously long tail hammer. I'd like the tail to be, twice as big, really, to be really ideal. Another thing that's a problem is it's happened right after a giant bearish candle. If it happened right after some sort of consolidation candle or indecision candle, then this pattern starts to make sense. But here, it may well go long, but I'm not going to go with it. I'm not going to touch it. So these are the little details you want to learn about your trade book. Once you get these details sorted out, it keeps you out of a lot of bad trades. Again, that's the
Yeah,
value of the community, all the education, all the people who are, have the experience, they know what they're doing with this stuff. That's the beauty of it. Stay away
yeah,
from the bad stuff.
absolutely. Nvidia did pull back all the way to the VWAP and even lost some ground here. So it's a nice reversal. Didn't give you like a double top up here, so it's just kind of, at least not on the 5 minute. I'm not sure what the 1 minute looks like, but just reverse came right to the VWAP, and here we were seeing some kind of consolidation or battle happening right now. But nice clean drop on Nvidia. Again, Nvidia took a bit to get going. The open was so bad, but after
Mhm.
10, you did get some nice moves out of here. But I didn't fall for Nvidia this morning like I did earlier this week. Did not trade this thing. Yeah, it got me. It got me last week pretty. I mean, earlier this week. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. It was so bad.
Fair
So
enough. Let it go. It was
yeah,
tricky up front. For 30 minutes, it was tricky. And then it went. Uh,
you
Jesse Lewis, why did I pick the 8 a.m. candle? Well, I've been observing it for years actually, and I figured, you know what, let me see if this measured move concept actually makes sense. And I back tested it, and it made sense to the point now that that's all I use. So that's why. Just observing for a couple of years.
Nice. So interesting. How well that works. So that's
Yeah,
good.
very cool.
All right. If you were looking at POTR, if you were paying attention, this thing did a nice bounce off the 9, and it looks strong. Like it looks like it wants to go. Um, so let's see what it does here at the high of the day right now. So it tries to get pushing higher. So what happened with POTR and is it like is there any news on the quantum stuff? Like Rigetti also did very well today. Is there any? Let me go check. Let me go check Benzinga. See what we got here. Um, let's see.
We're getting Tesla going up now, breaking out as well. That is
Nice.
curious. Tesla. So breaking out of the level that I have, looking at a high of day, perhaps. And then we're up for 420. Something's happening. Let's get the levels up again. About there. Where is it there? So the level I have is 420.55. So it's basically the 420 area for the next push up on Tesla.
Okay, so Mr. G, you're saying Black Rock bought a lot of RGTI. Yeah, that would definitely. You got a company like a fund like that backing you up. That's big. I haven't seen that yet. It's not coming up here on my thing, but yeah, that would definitely get you going. So if even if they bought RGTI and not like other quantum stocks, the other ones are gonna do well because it's the same technology. So if they're doing it, the likelihood is that others are gonna do it as well. Because even like QBTS, you can see it here. Even this popped up this morning, so obviously something going on there. And what's that on what's it, QUBT, I think it's the other one.
Yeah,
QUBT also went up. Yeah, so the quantum stocks here are doing pretty well today. So yeah, that makes sense. If that's the headline, that's a big one for them. They need a win because after the Nvidia CEO slapped them down a little bit, they've been struggling. So they need that win.
Nvidia CEO. Yeah, leather jackets. So we were gonna do leather jackets and motorcycle helmets, right? What happened to that?
I
Forgot
don't know.
about that. Totally.
We went into the weekend and came back and just started fresh. But yeah, we got to do the leather jackets, man. I should get a leather jacket from Vancouver. I don't think I even own a leather jacket, but I'm gonna buy one now because if the Nvidia CEO is wearing one, I gotta wear one. I gotta be in the club. So I'm gonna go shopping for a leather jacket this weekend.
Awesome. Yeah, ordered from Temu.
Uh, oh man, Temu. No, I'm not. I don't know how these guys are. I don't know. You know, if it's for one day use, I guess it's okay if it looks good. Why not? Let's see here. Let's see what this is all about. They are, these guys are so aggressive with their ads. Like on X, I get them. I've actually never been to their website. I get them 24/7.
Yeah, me
Look at
too.
look at
I'm in a
look at
different part
this.
of the world. I'm getting the same ads
Their
everywhere. I just gotta
ads,
shut the
man.
phone off.
That's all their profits is going there, all their money. Look at this. This chair is $93. How
That's
well
a
you
good price.
think? It's a great price. $7 for Uggs look-alike. I mean, this, this funky. What the heck is this? All right. Yeah. Interesting. Hot
Right.
price drop. Yeah. Has anybody bought anything from Temu? I haven't. Has anybody bought in chat? I would love to hear some comments and your thoughts. Is it still
I have.
working? Whatever you bought?
I've bought stuff on it. Yeah. Hey, look, it's
Yeah.
right on my desk. I got a little model of my motorcycle. There you go.
Oh, see, but
On-
that's pretty cool. Actually,
And
let me see you
yeah,
put it up again, so I can see it bigger.
there you go.
Yeah, that looks pretty hot. That looks
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So this one's good. And yeah, this one actually, you guys would all like this. Basically, went to Wall Street and knocked it off. Yeah. There you go. There's the
Wait, you got that
visual.
from Temu as well? From
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to get on board then. See, I'm being fed. I'm being fed fake news. And people tell me how bad it is and don't buy from there. But you got all this cool stuff. I'm being left behind here. All right, I got to get on board. I'm gonna go spend $500 and get like 1,000 things off of Temu here.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
man.
Like all kinds of. Where do you think I got my leather jacket from?
Nah, stop. Come on, man. Wait, you did for real?
You know how hard it is to find a leather jacket in Dubai in the desert? So, like jacket shops, really? Actually, this one, yes, I did get it on Temu for, I don't know, the equivalent of like $50 or whatever.
Hey, man. It
And
looks
it works.
good. It gets the job done. It looks good, right? And if it works, it works. See
Right.
now, my vision of or my perception of Temu has completely changed, and I'm gonna go there and get some stuff.
Oh boy.
Oh
There you go.
man,
Let's get Carlos shopping, everybody. Let's do this.
I
Pick him
am
up.
gonna go spend a couple of bucks. All right, friends over on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. And this entire week, you guys been awesome. Hit that thumbs up before we get out of here. Really appreciate it. It helps us keep this show free and running on YouTube. So thank you for that. We'll be back next week. We had a great, fun, action-packed week, Avi. I mean, Meta, Microsoft, Apple. I'm missing one, Tesla. I mean, just 4 of the top 7 there, rocking. So it's been a whole lot of fun, man. So, Avi, take care, my friend. Great to always be on with you. Have a good one.
Awesome. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. Take it easy and talk to y'all soon.
All right, guys, take care.